All right, good. All right, there we go. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. And Peter, he's missing. He was a good man. I assume this has something to do with Zoom. Maybe he texted me or not. I'm not sure. But I know he was having problems logging in, coming in as me, and it was just very weird. So hopefully he's okay. But yeah, friends, let's get started. Yeah, he says he's in. He just text me. All right, let's get Peter in here. Oh, Peter, you're back to Peter.
I'm me. See ya, I'm
Peter,
here.
Yeah,
I'm alive.
Peter's back to Peter.
I'm alive.
Very nice, man.
I'm me again. I figured out how to become me again, and then so that confused you.
Yeah, it didn't have. It didn't come up. All right, good, man. Good to have Peter back in the seat there.
Me.
Exactly.
Oof.
Friends, good morning. Hopefully everybody's feeling good today as we get ready to start this beautiful day. Let's take a look at the gappers list. Quick review here. Pretty leveled at the moment. Got a couple of stuff in the green, a couple of stuff in the red. I know we had a great rally type day yesterday with a lot of the tech companies. We'll see if that's going to continue and what's the plan for today. But yeah, some stuff's just pretty much flat. We'll see how things develop here. Peter, let's go to you on U.S. economic calendar and what is going on for today.
Yeah, well, it's the big day with the jobs numbers. Jobs numbers usually give us some indication as to where the economy is going and whether the stock market is going to follow. I have to say today it's everything it's sort of boring because it's pretty much right on target. Let's start at the top here. Sorry, and I'm losing my voice. Let's start at the top here with the jobs claims. You can see that initial jobless claims only sort of higher by 7,000. Continuing jobless claims down by about 20,000. Those are margin of error differences, right? So not really that significant. U.S. trade deficit continues to grow, actually. So U.S. trade deficit now sitting at $78.3 billion for the month. Which I mean, that's just the difference between imports and exports. So it shows that the U.S. is still a net importer, and no surprise there. I mean, obviously that is going to take a while to turn that ship around. But with the high number of continuing jobless claims, it doesn't look like the manufacturing jobs have yet started to come back to the U.S. However, the market doesn't care about that so much, right? Because the market's more interested about corporate profits and, frankly, the cost of borrowing, which means that there's pressure, as always, on the Fed for the interest rates. We were seeing some positivity earlier this week. Let's see what I haven't looked at the Fed Watch tool in a couple of days. Let's see what the look at this. So opinions are continuing to get more and more favorable towards a Fed rate cut coming up in 2 weeks on the 17th of September, with now 97.6% of analysts believing that we'll see a quarter point cut and only 2.4% believing that the rates will remain the same. So that's up from last week when it was around 86%. Basically everybody believes now that the Fed is going to cut the rate. So on the 17th, if the Feds don't cut the rate, yikes, the markets will react heavily. If they do, well, then we might get a much more muted response because that'll be within expectations. On the economic calendar for the rest of today, though, let's come back to the current time. We do have the services PMI that's coming out at 9:45 and then the ISM services number. Assuming that they're on target, we should again see very little market reaction. However, we'll find out when we get there. Just be aware of it in case you're in a trade that the market can do a little unexpected movement at those two times, 9:45 and 10 a.m. All right, so that's what we got. A couple of earnings today we can take a look at. And, of course, we have, as always, our gappers list, which will give us our targets and see what we like off of that.
Yeah, that's a great place to start with our gappers list. and we'll see what else we can build from there. All right, first one on deck this morning, HWH. I don't recall this at all, but let's take a look here. Where is my mouse? There it is. HWH. Oh, that's a beautiful thing, Peter. I spent a lot of time last night. I was up late making sure this works so smooth. And look at this. Look how smooth that is now. Whatever I'm doing is showing immediately. It was bugging me, man. And you could tell too, we're flowing much better. When things are clicking, it's just things flow, man. And we're flowing to that. I feel it. So very nice.
Okay.
HWH looking pretty active this morning. 8.8 million shares traded. So tons of volume, lower price stock. The float on this thing is under a million. So it's a risky one, people. Be very careful. Already got halted today. No, sorry, hard to borrow. HTB is hard to borrow there. So no shorts as you would expect with these type of low flow stocks. Peter, what's the news on this thing, man? It seems to be very active this morning.
I don't know. This is this all sounds sus. Can I do that? Can I say that?
Yes, you
Anyways,
can. Yes, you can, Peter. I love it.
Yeah, HWH International, because they operate a lifestyle business through a membership model. It enables home-based people. I don't know what this means. It enables home-based people in the new gig economy to create lasting wealth. Segments HWH Marketplace, Happy Cafe, the Happy Travel Destinations, Happy Wealth Builder, and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, what does it mean, home-based people? Like people stuck at home? People who live at home? Who doesn't live in a home? Or, and is using a lifestyle business model. I don't know what this is. Never heard of it. Obviously, I don't participate. It's not something I'm interested in. I have no idea why it's moving. It's got no news. I'm not surprised. Really doesn't have any analysts following it. I see less than 1 million shares in the float. All in all, Carlos, whatever the heck is going on, I'm not going to trade this. It's way too suspect for me. I can't do sus. It feels weird.
It doesn't feel right.
Doesn't feel
Yeah.
right.
I don't definitely don't like the news and the reason why they're moving up here, but also again, it's a lower flow stock. Is it in play? Yes, if you're low for a trade, you probably could still get a couple of scalping opportunities out of this, depending on your strategy. I don't like it, man. Doesn't fit my criteria. We'll move on to the next one. It's going to be AEO off the gap up list this morning. Again, brought to you by tradingterminal.com. You can head over there and see a bunch of other trading tools that are for active traders. American Eagle Outfitters typically does not trade very well, Peter. Today they're up 23%. Only thing I can think of, I haven't looked this up, but it's probably earnings. I mean, these guys don't move like this. Nevertheless, horrible trading stock. So I probably won't have it on my list. What's moving them today?
Well, you missed some of the fun last week as we had the big announcement of of course, the engagement of Travis Kelce and the she woman anyways and the woman who's taken over music and anyways I'm trying not to say her name because people were getting angry last week as I kept talking about
Are you talking about
anyways
the biggest pop star in the world type thing
there
currently?
you go, biggest pop star in the world.
Okay, yeah, okay. I think I know who you are. I think I know her, yeah.
But on the tail end of that, like the day after, Travis Kelce announced a new clothing line with American Eagle Outfitters. It was a lot of camo-based clothing, and that had American Eagle on our radar last week. This week, it seems to be back as American Eagle is increasing their guidance and looks like they're having a great quarter with not only, I don't think the Travis Kelce thing has really driven any sales yet. It just got some buzz. But what has got a lot of attention, of course, was the previous, if you remember, the Sydney Sweeney jean campaign, which American Eagle is calling a total success. So sometimes, you know what? It doesn't matter if the media coverage is good or bad as long as you're in the media, right? All coverage is good coverage. Well, American Eagle seems to be espousing that point of view. So their stock is up significantly over the last little while. They're up again this morning, and that's why we're seeing it on our gappers list. It is moving down, actually, since about 8 o'clock this morning, but that's off of a pretty big gap, up another 23% after what you can see. The month of August has been pretty good for American Eagle, but it's now doubled the gains as it's jumped from 12 to, well, it closed around 13.6. up here, starting the day at around $16.80. So it's in play. Carlos, last week, I honestly can't say we really got any good trades out of it. I don't, I'm not sure what to do with this stock. It feels like it's a social media talked about stock, but it's not a meme stock.
Right?
And the trading hasn't really fought. Like a lot of these moves have happened outside of market hours. So do we watch it or not? You know what? I might put it on my secondary unless I find something better. I'm not sure. I don't think it's
Yeah.
going to trade well. It's popping, it's gapping, it's got volume. I'm not convinced.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm glad you're watching maybe as a secondary, and if you see something, say something. But I'm with you. It is not typically something that trades very well, and this news just doesn't sound all that great either. Let's take a look at NKTR this morning. NKTR Therapeutics. These guys are up 14%. Very low volume. I don't like the volume at all on this one. It is on the lower side as well. 18 million shares flow. So I'm definitely going to skip on this. Um, again, this is not something that fits my style here, Peter. Any news worth looking at?
Nectar Biotech. Yeah, they've been on our list off and on for a long time. Sort of just, I mean, at the high end of the low floats, they've got about 18.5 million shares in their pool. I don't really, I'm not sure what's going on. I don't see any news. They're participating in a couple of investor conferences. Whoop-de-doo. I don't know why this is gapping here this morning, Carlos. So just for that reason alone, I'm not putting it on my list. And it's barely on our list with 206,000 shares traded. So
Yeah, it's just barely falling over the line here to make it on the list. And again, I just don't like it here. Low flow stock, 18 million. Nothing great on that one. So far, out of our gap up list, not so much coming off that we like. I mean, just barely anything. What we came up with, Peter, what's the one you added? AEO,
American
right?
Eagle,
AEO. Yeah,
AEO.
American Eagle.
Yeah,
So I'll
yeah.
put that in my secondary in just a second here. Let's do two more, and then we'll hop down to actually let's go right to it because I don't think these are going to be great. So unless you guys call them out or Peter, I'm not going to look at them. We'll look at SMR, Amazon, and Rocket Lab. Let's look at those because I know those were names that were very active yesterday. Starting with SMR, had a very decent day. Well, not day, more like a morning, right? If you look at the morning on SMR, yeah, because the day was okay. But the morning it took off pretty nice. It had a really nice pop. A lot of you guys took
It did.
advantage of that. So that was somewhat clean.
It did, and I was
Yep.
skeptical. I honestly remember if we were talking about it yesterday morning. I didn't believe in SMR's move, and I was wrong. I was wrong on actually quite a number of stocks yesterday in terms of whether they would move or not, including your successful trade on PLTR. So
Mm,
hey, like I said, if you're going to be a trader, you got to be prepared to be wrong, and I don't care. I'm wrong every single day, and that's just the way it goes. As long as when you do, jump in, you're more right more often than you're wrong. But that means you are going to be
that's
wrong
it.
quite a bit of the time. So I'm watching a lot of tennis recently, Carlos, as the U.S. Open is on, and I always think of the quote from Federer when he was doing a press conference. He said, like, do you know how many of my matches I've won as a professional? And the number was like 80% of the matches he played, he won, right? He said, but do you know how many points I won? He said, I
Yeah.
won 53% of the points I've played. So the difference between being able to come out victorious 80% of the time and only winning 53% of the points I've ever played, it comes down to attitude and how you got to sort of forget your previous decision and whatever happened and look to the next point. And
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing liberally here, but I just love that type of quote, and because it applies so directly to trading, right? Like, we're going to be wrong a lot. Shake it off, man. Move on to the next one because you're really focused on your next trade opportunity. And as long as you approach it with the consistency of a top tennis player, you have a chance at winning. So, anyways, SMR. I don't see any news, Carlos. I'm not sure why it's gapping today any more than what I knew why it was gapping yesterday. So I still don't like
Yep.
it, and I might still be wrong. But as I might be wrong, but I'm not changing my mind.
That's it. That's it. Go with what you're used to, and this is not it. And I don't blame you. So I don't know how it's going to trade today. It's here up 3.2, 548,000. again, if you look at the daily, this is why Peter was talking about we don't like it. It doesn't move well. Like, yeah, you have a couple of days on here, but for the most part, it's not a great trader. The last 2 days, they've proven that theory wrong. I just don't know about today. I hope to find something better, like maybe this one coming up next year. Amazon. Amazon is on the list this morning, gapping up today. Up 2.1, 876,000 shares traded. Daily does look great. I like where we're sitting here on the daily for a possible breakout. Maybe test some of these new recent highs, 234, maybe 236 there. I like this one, Peter. What is driving this today?
Good old Amazon. I bought some books last night, so I think that's probably what's driving
Hmm.
it.
Okay, there you go. I gave out free books last night, so I don't know if that's gonna help them, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's
No, yeah, you
nice.
think? I actually paid for them. I bought a series and then a couple series of books that I wanted to read. So, no, look, they a couple of things are going on with Amazon. They've got some competitive news as apparently in Mexico, the Mexico's Grupo BMV plans to launch some. They're using Amazon as an example of the of companies that they're planning to include in their launch plans. So I feel like Amazon, because they've mentioned Amazon and Apple and some others. They're listing they're going to sell options on them. They feel like unwilling participants in this. I don't know whether Grupo BMV and this exchange that they've got has got approval from these companies to sell their options. Whether they need approval, who knows? I don't know what the rules are on that. But anyways, Amazon's being mentioned in that. They also completed an acquisition, the company Axio. Now, Amazon's buying companies all the time, so it's not that uncommon. However, what was different was that this was a Bengaluru-based non-banking lender. So they basically were buying a lending company that they are trying to incorporate into their business model. And I don't quite know exactly what they're planning to do. So, but they offer credit products basically, and the thought is that Amazon's going to be incorporate this into their platforms, especially in India. And I guess I wish them luck. I don't know. But Carlos, I'm not sure why any of this stuff is moving Amazon stock. So I've got to believe it's just natural movement here, as we've had some pretty good, I mean, um, some pretty good days here on the markets, frankly, as we're sitting close to all-time highs on the market indices. I feel like Amazon's just saying, I want to be there too. I want to sort of get higher because they are not as close to their all-time high as some of the other stocks that we've been watching, like Meta, which recently hit it, or Microsoft, which also I think more recently hit their highs. So I feel like Amazon's been a little bit of a laggard here because they hit their highs back in January, February of this year, and haven't really been back yet. So maybe they're just catching up.
Yeah, could be catching up to the party here. So we'll see. But I like them. I think I'm gonna keep them on the list today. So we'll add them to our primary list, and we'll see how it goes. So Amazon going on here. If I could type Amazon, there we go. Put that on there, and we'll check that out in a bit
I
here.
mean, yeah, what the
Yep.
heck? They had. I'm just looking at the chart. I didn't realize they made the big surge after hours, after the market closed yesterday on
Hmm.
Amazon. Sort of dropped back. Yeah, you can see how it spiked up there, like
Yep.
in a very quick order after 6 o'clock. Fell back, and now it's gone higher. I mean, remember yesterday the big news was that they were not mandated to break up by the courts. So, oh no, that was Google,
No,
wasn't
that
it?
was Google
That
and
was
Apple. Yeah,
Google.
yeah. Google and Apple.
Yeah.
Right, right.
So why Amazon then? I don't know what's going on with Amazon then. I'm a little confused.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
weird. Don't say anything big. And again, they're up 2.2. Good volume too.
Google.
Almost a million shares
Oh,
traded. So that's decent volume as
weird.
well. So I like it. I like it today.
Yep.
So all right, let's take a look, friends. That's kind of does it for me on the gap up. The rest of these names, unless you guys bring them up, I'm not really too fond of. I seen some of these before. They don't trade very well. Peter, we'll go to you. Anything you like that's on this list that maybe we have not covered yet?
Nothing that's on the gappers list that we haven't covered, but a couple other things. Tesla. I mean, we have to talk about Tesla yesterday. What a move off the open. Gave us a real big head fake. Made it look like it was about to drop and drop hard off the open, and then just did an about face and charged higher. Held that for pretty much all day. Did sell off back in the afternoon, but just good movement on Tesla. Just loved the way it moved. Gave you some good trading opportunities. So I think Tesla's sort of a must watch. One that wasn't as much fun, or at least I didn't like the way it traded as much yesterday, was Nvidia. Usually it's my good buddy, but Nvidia and AMD were not great opportunities yesterday. Much tougher to trade than normal. So I sort of I tried. That was I think the one that I tried early in the morning, and while it did have a couple of opportunities, they just weren't as good as Tesla. Um, so there's those. In sort of more news-based trading, how about Cienna Corporation? CIEN. They had earnings this morning. I still checking the earnings while we're at the tail end. Cienna Corp, a tech company, did have earnings 1.2 billion in revenue versus 1.17 estimate, and over delivered on their bottom line quite significantly, delivering 67 cents a share when they were only expected to make 53 cents. So they typically don't get a lot of volume. You can see I'm not sure. They're probably not on our list this morning because they do have 300,000 shares. They are up 18%. So it's a good gap, but I'm willing to bet it's the ATR that has kept them off our list because on a normal day, this thing doesn't trade with a lot of range. And yeah, well, no, the ATR is $3. I'm not sure why Sienna didn't manage to make our list. Oh, it's on my list actually. Did we
Yeah,
talk?
it's
I
on the
thought we
list.
talked
It's on the
about.
list. It's moving up higher
No, we
now, man. It was much lower.
yeah, we just skipped over it.
Yeah, I
That's
just skipped
probably
it. Yeah, I went to Amazon and SMR,
so.
but today's is looking good. Look pre-market at
Yeah,
least.
Sienna might be okay. The volume's still a little lower than I expect. Keep in mind, this is a tech stock, but it does trade on the New York Stock Exchange. So you can see the N if you use DAS in the top right-hand corner of your level one window. And that means you got to wait for the volume to come in, and typically that will not happen until the opening bell or sometime after the opening bell. You'll know when the volume hits. You'll see the big volume bar. Then you can figure out what direction this thing's likely to go. So I like it just to put on a secondary. Again, I'm willing to let it get bumped if other better things come. If they don't, it's probably going to stay there for me.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. I mean, look at this candles. This thing went from 92 is up at 113 with very
Yep.
low volume. Be careful. All right, let's go to the gap down. Let's see what's happening here. Are one of the stocks that we used to look at quite a bit, AI C3 AI, if you guys remember this one, is down 15%, and they have not been having fun. If you look at this daily here, they were as high as 28, just kind of hanging out here, 28, back to 24, back to 28. And since that last spike in mid-July, looks like here, man, they just been destroyed. I don't know. I'm not sure what this gap down was, and then now lower than that original gap down. So Peter, they're not having a good time. These guys are on fire and not in a good way. What's going on with them today, man? Big gap down this morning.
Yeah, there seems like everybody's jumping off the ship here. So they had earnings after the close yesterday. They didn't have a good quarter. And it feels like everybody's chiming in. The former CEO of the company says the stock has been deservedly battered. So, sort of saying, well, I left because I think the company was not going in the right direction, and they deserve to go lower. That's the former CEO. The current chairman of the company says that the financial performance of the company is unacceptable. That's a big statement for a chairman of a board to say that the company that he's, responsible for as board chair has an unacceptable performance. You know what usually follows that type of statement? Carlos, the thing that you're always looking for. Somebody's getting fired, and it's probably
Yeah.
the CEO. When the chairman says the performance is unacceptable, the person who they look to is really their only employee, right? The board usually manages a company through the CEO. So I got to think that if you're the CEO, you're not doing well. And sure enough, they make an announcement that there is somebody new. Stephen, I don't know how to say his name. Too many vowels in here.
Mm.
I Anyways, he's taking over. He's taking over as CEO. So they're restructuring with a new CEO in place. And basically it feels like this is a company in a little bit of turmoil. As much as AI is still hot, C3.ai not so hot. So basically, Carlos, yeah, it's bad quarter and basically everybody's throwing mud over there. So maybe it's good for a short. It definitely feels like a short. It's down 14%, but feels like it's got the possibility for more. Another NYSE stock, another tech stock on the New York Stock Exchange. So you got to watch out for
Yeah.
that. If I look at the daily, wow, this is not the first time this thing is gapped down. But is this all-time lows? No, not quite.
Might not be. Actually, I
2022.
don't know. Okay. Yeah.
2022 it was lower. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think we're heading towards these lows here. I it's another one that's going to go in my secondary. I'm prepared to bump it if something better comes along, but I do like my short plays, and this feels like one for sure.
Yeah, it really does. And if you guys remember when we were trading AI, it traded very well. I mean, it did give us some good opportunities. They got 2 million shares traded right now, so that's tons of volume. I like it. They got negative news, and I think that's just going to create some volatility for us to take advantage of. So let's see what takes place here. All right, head set back to our list on the gap down. STI is also on here. So STI this morning down 14%. Very light volume, only 264,000. For my scanners here, we look for anything above 200,000, but this one is just barely making it. But if you look at the daily, it had a what we would consider a massive gap up, right? Went from $3 over to 750. Did a little back and forth here, and today we are kind of slipping. So second day opportunity here, hard to borrow, so you cannot short it if you think, at least with interactive brokers, if you think this is just going to come back down to reality here. Again, just not my stock. What's the float on this STI? Ooh, 1.4 million. Yeah, I'm not watching this, but could be in play.
The company was up. Was it up yesterday? Yeah. You see, this is just a pullback play. It was up yesterday, more than doubling in price after they announced that their EGRIMS process, which stands for electrochemical graphitization in molten salts, the EGRIMS. Anyways, their battery technology won a 2025 R&D award. So it sounds cool. Sounds dangerous too. Anyways, the graphitization, electrochemical graphitization of molten salts. Sounds really cool, but not necessarily something I want to have sitting on my desk. Anyways, they call it a game changer in the battery materials market and a more energy efficient and environmentally sustainable method of producing graphite anode materials. That's about, I not quite sure what I said, but anyways, so apparently it's got a lower carbon footprint than lithium ion battery manufacturing. And some people liked it yesterday. Today they're sort of not as excited. So low volume,
Yeah.
Carlos, and it's hard to borrow, by the way, which means at least on my platform, I can't short it. I can only trade it to the long side, and for that reason alone, it's not making my list.
Yeah, 100%. We'll leave it alone here. Next on here, friends, is going to be DLO. I don't even know what this is. DLO? No, it doesn't look good. I'm not sure where these guys are getting the volume. 837,000 shares traded, down 6.5. But this looks horrible. I don't see that volume in the pre-market. Daily looks a mess as well. I'm going to stay away from it. Somehow you do got shares for short on this thing. 3 million. What is this? Do you know this company, Peter? D Local
No,
Limited?
D local. I don't know what
Yeah.
they do. It's a secondary offering, though. It's the type of news we don't like. They're issuing another 15 million shares. I see their float sitting at 58 million. To issue another 15, that's very dilutive to their stock. At $12.75 a share, which explains why the price is heading towards that level. So that's not news we like to trade. What do they do?
Yeah.
I don't know what
I
D
don't.
local does.
I
They
have no
are
idea, man.
they're
But
unlocking the
this is
power of emerging markets. Blah, blah, blah. They're doing payment systems in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. All right. Yeah, still don't know. Okay.
Yeah, that's my good buddy on chat. CFC is saying that's a no, 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 no. So we'll
Yeah.
leave this one alone as well. All right.
We I didn't do a lot last week. Maybe you
Yeah.
need to bring out the truck because I didn't do a lot of that last week. So
Oh, you did it. Okay, okay. We could bring out the
uh,
truck. Where I have the truck. Oh, here it is. Here's the
gotta
truck.
warm it up, man.
Gotta
Here
warm
it
up the
comes.
truck here. There
Yeah.
it goes.
Well, it's already warm in the back there, but give me
Pretty warm back there. Things on fire. Uh, all right. Of the gap up down list, excuse me. I'm just gonna skip down here. I'm gonna let Peter do some other stuff. Oh, CRM. Let's see what CRM is doing. Was that earnings yesterday? I know they have earnings this week. I'm not sure. It must. Yeah, it must be because they barely move. And you can see here on the daily, nice drop, Peter, after hours. So earnings not going too hot for SalesForce last night.
Yeah, the Salesforce CEO had an interview with Jim Cramer. Apparently, I guess it didn't go that well. The CEO basically said that they've got a very conservative outlook, and he defended his conservative outlook. But for a company that, like so many, right, was touting AI as the big harbinger of growth and benefit, he's now sort of pulling back a little bit on what he expects AI to deliver, which is reasonable. I think from an actual business perspective, that makes a lot of sense. We were talking about this over the last 2 weeks about how AI, it's tough to get AI to actually demonstrate significant difference in your business and huge value. But that's not what the market wants to hear. It doesn't matter how rational that is. The market wants the sizzle, baby. And saying that we're being cautious and we don't know exactly how it's going to benefit our business on the top or bottom lines is not what people want to hear. So CRM's being pushed down as a result.
Yeah. Are you gonna have it on your list though?
No. I've tried to watch this many times in the past, Carlos, and it usually it's another NYSE stock, New York Stock Exchange stock, and I don't like the way it trades. The spread can be high. It's a little higher priced. I mean, it's not out of the range of what, I can trade, but yeah, I haven't liked in the past the way it moves.
Yeah, yeah. Same here. Um, some people are messaging in the chat saying they're having audio issues, but I think for the most part we have plenty that are okay. So if somebody could type to them, let them know that audio is fine in the chat room, and they might just need to restart their browser if that's the case. Yes, Steven, I think audio is good for most majority of the people. So it's just a couple are having some problem. All good. Okay, excellent. All right, and fine on YouTube as well. Beautiful. All right, let's take a look at what else, Peter. We'll go to you here. What else do you like off the gap down list this morning?
I noticed Bubba is on our list again. It's been on our list the last I don't know. Seems like the last week or so, almost every day. That being said, it's because it's gapping a lot. If you sort of look at the daily, you can sort of see how it always sort of gaps. This is dual traded, and that's the reason why. Like you can see how last week, right, and it gapped up. I remember distinctly towards the end of last week, and as it was moved higher, but it's that it doesn't move during the trading day all that well. So. I noticed it here, but not something that I love to be able to take a trade in. I noticed that Microsoft is down today. I once again using a daily chart. It's sitting in an area where if the market posture turns negative, I think this thing could drop. If we drop below 500, there's a lot of room to the downside here in Microsoft. It made that one day where it opened at sort of the all-time highs, way up at over 550, and it's never seen that again, at least not yet. So yeah, Microsoft sort of looks good again. Whether today or tomorrow or next week will be when it moves, I don't know, but you can see it sort of in this tight sideways range over the last 2 weeks. I'm just waiting to see when it sort of decides it's going to make its move. The other one that's gapping down that we might want to take a look at is PLTR. So if you
Oh
guys were with
yeah.
us live yesterday, Carlos took a long trade on this, and I was skeptical. I'm like, man, I don't know. And he rode it all the way up to the high of day, and it was a great trade, a great long trade all the way to the high of the day. That being said, Carlos, if you look at the full day, because I don't know if you continued to follow this after you got out near the high of day, wow, did it ever sell off in the afternoon? So it really sort of had a big up and down day, big
Yeah.
sort of sweeping movement here, right? As so, I think PLTR is a potential trading candidate. You got to be careful with it a little bit, but it's certainly been providing trading opportunities, so worth keeping an eye on, in my opinion.
Yeah, man, this is amazing. This is the type of stock you want to watch. Gives you opportunities in the morning if you're a morning trader. If you're trading the later parts of the day, gives you opportunities. I mean, there's everything here. Double top, a view at break. That's what we took it. Opening range break on the 5 minute. I mean, I think this stock. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this later. Great example for how many different strategies you can play on a stock that is in play, right? And if you go to our education center, guys, we teach you all these different strategies that happen at different times. We do have the view at breakout over on YouTube, so if you want to watch that video as well, I mean, again, this is beautiful. So PLTR will be on my list as well, Peter. I think it can trade very well. Anything else?
Great. I hit the mute button. Yeah, those are the top ones. I've got a bunch, but they're not anywhere near as good. I already mentioned Nvidia earlier, so keep that in mind. On that sort of next tier down would be things like Apple, which is gapping down a little bit this morning. Google, which I talked about, which again, been a little bit more in play, but still not enough. Not enough. Google, not quite enough. Yesterday, of course, was the big news day with the favorable court decision. I mean, so the courts seem to be very active recently. All sorts of court decisions that I'm waiting for more reaction out of the White House. By the way, just to digress for a second, if we talk about negative stock movement, I'm surprised that President Trump and his administration have been as calm as they've been, or as quiet, maybe is what I should say, as they've been. I have no idea whether they're calm or not behind the scenes, but they've certainly been quiet, right? Like usually expect a storm of social media. When they have had, I think today makes sort of the fourth day in a row where they've had court cases ruled against them. So it really seems like the courts are coming down on a lot of the stuff they put forward. Why is it all grouped together? I don't know, right? Like this morning, I was just reading about the judge ruled in favor of Harvard University, as you're probably familiar with. The Trump administration was making some requests, if I can put it politely, of Harvard, which they declined to accede to, including changing their curriculum, their admission requirements, and a number of other things. And so Trump withheld all of their funding, which affected a lot of programs, including research of cancer and research of a lot of drugs and all sorts of other things. Um, and they took them to court, and the judge ruled in their favor. It doesn't mean they're getting money anytime soon, because they expect a lot of appeals, and the government can still withhold the funds, whether it's deemed legal or not, I suppose, and until something else happens. But again, this is just the latest in a whole number, right? About immigration holdback, tariffs. Like we've seen all these court cases. So again, I feel that like Trump even hit the stage. Was that 2 days ago? Was that yet? No, it was 2 days ago, right? When we had the press conference and just talked about the relocation of SalesForce to Alabama, which was interesting. But it was amazing that the whole Q&A sort of avoided most of the sort of the highly volatile topics I was expected to get into. So, yeah, it's a little strange, Carlos. It's
Mm, mm.
I'm not sure whether to think of it as a good thing or not, but I'm expecting the explosiveness that usually causes market reaction and some trading opportunities. I'm just not getting them.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. We'll be in tune, see what takes place here. Again,
yeah.
pretty a lot of stuff pretty flat right now. I'm hoping that, like you mentioned, the Teslas of the worlds that we watch, our usual suspects, can provide some opportunity. Speaking of Tesla, I'm going to add that on here as well. That was another one that was very active yesterday, and Nvidia, right? So I like my list. Not a blockbuster list, but these names we've seen them trade pretty nice. All right, let's go to you guys. Let's go to the chat. Let's get some names here. 9-11 at the moment. We'll try to get at least a few, and then we'll head over to our community events and announcements. So HPE, let's take a look here. HPE this morning. What do we have going on? Yeah, this is on our gap up list. This is HP Packer. It's not Hewlett, not the. Yeah, it is actually Hewlett Packard, and they don't trade very well, man. So I usually stay away from them. Volume is pretty light right now, only 414,000. They're up 5.3. I am not a fan of this stock. I definitely have tried to trade them before. Didn't go well. They're sitting on the New York Stock Exchange, which again, nothing wrong with stocks on the New York Stock Exchange, but they do trade a little bit different, especially when they don't get significant volume. So it won't be on my list for those reasons, Peter. I'm not sure if you have anything else to add on that.
I mean,
It's
they're
just,
here
yeah,
because of earnings. After the close yesterday, they announced their earnings and they beat their numbers. So, positive news. They said they're seeing very strong server demand.
hmm,
Yeah, like you said, it's not a great trader. I mean, it could be a great
yeah.
investing stock, but as an intraday trading stock, it hasn't ever performed that well for me. So.
Yeah, yeah, same here. CRDO is another one that was mentioned a couple of times on here. Let's take a look on how this is doing. We're up 11.5. Again, just another one. Cradle Technology, seen them before. Man, what a daily, by the way. Look at this daily here. They were hanging out at $50 in April, up to 139. I'm not sure what they do. Is this AI, Peter? Cradle Technologies? Is that the full name here? Yeah, Technology Group. What is this?
Rito Holdings Group. This sound a semiconductor company out of the Cayman
Oh,
Islands. That sounds sketchy.
okay.
Uh, looks like they beat their earnings. So yeah, it's I mean, I don't know. This is a relatively small semiconductor company with a $21 billion market cap. Again, as soon as you say you're based out of the Cayman Islands, I get a little suspect. It feels suspect to me, but surely their operations can't be based there. I guess their corporate registration is just based there. Anyways, they
Yeah,
had earnings. It looks like after the close yesterday, and it was good for them. Not, I don't know. I mean, I can see the stock's gone up. Look at that. Low of
yeah.
30. Now it's 130, 140. That was great if you were on board for that. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched it to know how it trades.
Yeah, for regular day trading, not sure how that's going to be. But again, if you got the space, which today you should, because there's not a whole lot that's going nuts as far as movement, and see how it plays out, and then give us a heads up if something is moving there. What is up with Fig? So I see a couple of you guys, especially my good friend Melanie, throwing out Fig here today. So they are down 17%, but their daily is it's a mess. So is this like one of those SPACs, right, where they had history before, then something happens where the investment actually takes place, and now we are down quite a bit here. So pretty messy, Peter. What's going on with Figma this morning?
Why does it seem familiar? We must have looked at them in the past, right? Figma Inc. The name doesn't, the ticker sounds familiar, not the company name.
Yeah.
Um, they looks like they cut their guidance. So they had some disappointing earnings, it looks like yesterday, and despite their revenue jumping 41%, but that wasn't really enough to move the stock positively because their full year guidance is lower than analysts were expecting. So basically, they had a good quarter, but they're not going to follow it up with more good quarters. So the market says, not
Yeah.
enough, Figma. We're taking you down.
Okay, so I see some comments in chat. All right, so I see what's happening here. So the dates are like a little bit weird at the bottom. So it's a recent IPO, but you can see that the dates are a little bit funky here. But I could, yeah, recent IPO, but it has history, right? And then we've seen this before, where you have a ticker where it has
Yeah,
history, but they're a recent IPO. I'm not sure why they don't just clear everything out. Nevertheless, Leonardo is saying on YouTube is a competitor to Adobe. Adobe, like the software company. Good luck. Good luck with that. Those guys are very good at what they do. But I don't like it, man. I don't know how this is tradable. You got to be very careful. It is in play, no question. You know what? This could be like a train wreck. I'm gonna watch it anyways and see if anything can happen. Put it on the secondary. It is in play. I'm just not sure how you're gonna take advantage of it. So, what are your thoughts on it, Peter? Will you be watching it?
no, definitely not.
Yeah, it's moving. The numbers look great. Down 17%, 1.4 million. I'm just looking at the chart. I'm looking at the daily, and I just don't know how I'm gonna take advantage of this. So, all right, let's stop here, friends. We got a okay list. It's not a blockbuster one, but that's okay. We had days like this before, and it turned out great either way. We just got to be more patient. Sometimes we might not get our moves immediately after the market opens. So on these tickers, at least. All right, let's go over to bearwithtraders.com, friends. You can click on webinars. You can always see what's happening for the next 2 days. I'm just going to bring this big right over here, and Peter's going to take you through that.
Yeah, well, today's Thursday, and that means that we have it's all about mentorship and supporting our community and helping them understand how to manage themselves and get some support. So we've got a couple of mentorship sessions that always happen on Thursdays, starting with Lenny's 11 a.m. trend trading a mentorship session, which is for all of our elite members in the webinar room. Hopefully you'll join Lenny for that. Then at noon, Jared takes over and talks options, and our option trading session is for all those that want to understand how to trade options, whether you're a beginner or an expert. You can join and take advantage of that once again in the webinar room immediately following Lenny. And then tonight we have sort of our flagship event here with Thor and his evening mentorship session on this Thursday. It's always a great session. As you know, Thor loves to help. He'll love to sort of talk about your trades, his trading strategies, answer any questions that you've got. He'll go through it. If you want to engage Thor, this is the best way, because as we all know, don't email him. He will never answer you. So you gotta go through this way. Thor is notoriously not an email type of guy. I get it. Email is just not his thing. So you know what? It is what it is. So if you want to engage him, go to the session tonight. If you're an elite member, that's the best way. Yeah, send him a bolt of lightning, and that's the best way to get his focus. Thor, man, I don't know what you're doing with the colors there, but it's impossible to read. What's email? Thor says. There you go. Explains it all right there in 2 words. Anyways, so yeah, join them tonight, 8 o'clock, webinar room. It's the place to be. Don't forget, if you want to join us in the chat room, all joking aside, it's the best place to support your trading journey. Trade with the community. Trading can be a very lonely activity, and if you want to join us, you can use any one of our membership options. The Elite Annual has got its best sale of the year going on with the Labor Day sale. Labor 60 is the code to get 60% off for the low price of only $999. That gives you a full year. And if you're already a member, you can use this to add on to your existing membership. You will not lose a single minute of trading opportunity and chat room opportunity. It will basically extend for 1 full year past whatever your current membership is, whether your membership is a month, a year, or what it may be. So, yeah, so join now. And tonight is, we're continuing in our very first week of our Peak Capital Bootcamp. And that boot camp is a great intensive learning session for those that have chosen to take it, that have accepted that challenge. They're on board. Anybody that's in Group C, we've got our kickoff meeting tonight. I will be leading that 4:30 after the market close. So I'll see you, all of my friends in Group C, at that session. And we'll start that sort of tutor type relationship, and we'll get in there and we'll do some tutoring, and it'll be awesome. So anyways, congratulations to everybody that's in the boot camp. You're in for a wild ride for the rest of this year over the course of the next 3 months. So, all right, that's what I've got there, Carlos. Let's take a look at some levels and the stocks that we've identified. And meanwhile, our moderators, get your lists in so I can let everybody know what you'll be looking at.
All right, awesome, Peter. Thank you for that. Friends, let's jump right in. I have Amazon. We'll do some levels here. I like Amazon's daily. Probably one of my favorite stocks this morning is this one here. So high of the pre-market, we're looking at 231.74. We're going to slam that level there towards the top. And I like the way that's set up too. Look at that. You cover a lot of the... I
forgot to do.
Yeah, what's that? You forgot to slam levels?
Over the last 2 weeks when you were gone, I didn't slam a single level.
Oh,
I kept forgetting.
Goodness.
I kept putting levels places. I needed to slam them in place.
It's got to slam at least one. You don't got to slam all of them.
Yeah.
At least one or two need to
that.
be. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's okay, Peter. I know you had a lot on your plate, man. I appreciate the cover.
I had a lot going on.
100%. Yep. All right, we'll slam another one here just for Peter, since he didn't get to slam so many when I was gone. Here's another one here at 234.14. We'll slam one there. But this is the big one. This is the big one here, because you see on the daily how many times there's touches and just a lot going on around that area. Above that, just in case, 236.37 is another a great one there as well. All right, let's take a look at towards the bottom. You do have the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, doing a great job all down here, so that's awesome. And then right over here we have 228.89. That's another great level off the daily. That should be interesting if we do head down there. Pre-market low is lower than that, but again, I'm just going to focus on this 228.89. I think that's where a lot of the action is going to be at this morning. All right, next on the list is AI, which again, just getting destroyed here. I'm not sure how well this is going to trade. Down 12%, 1407 is the low of the pre-market this morning. The high is sitting at exactly at 15. Above that, you do have this great area of support, which you try to hold for a couple of weeks here. Failed this morning given all the negative news. And I believe they've been lower, as Peter mentioned, way back in 2022. 2023 right here you do have some levels. I'm going to mark this off the weekly around 1257 just to have something lower if we do decide to continue further down. We're getting a little bit of some buying pressure here as we hit that 1407, so we'll see how this plays out, but it's got to trade clean though. I see this trading very choppy today. We'll keep a close eye on it and see if we can get any opportunities out of it. If you look at the daily and PLTR, you can't tell what a great day it had yesterday because this thing is a little bit messy here on how choppy it is, right? So you got to look under the hood here to check if how it traded. It did very, very well. As far as levels, I'm only going to worry about the pre-market high and pre-market low. Really, pre-market high 155.95, the low sitting at 153.52. And then we're just kind of right back to this area where we've been stuck at, right? Look at the last week or two, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But again, within those days, seeing some really nice action, which I hope that we can see something today we can take advantage of. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla also one that can be very active. Not looking so good today. 1.5 million shares traded, which is not a whole lot for Tesla. And just kind of stuck between the range of yesterday here. High of the pre-market 339.62. The low is hanging out at 336.28. And same thing, just like PLTR, if you look at the bigger picture on the daily, highs and lows covering the price action, you are all set there. Last but not least is going to be our good buddy NVIDIA, which can also be very explosive. How did they do yesterday? Oh, that's a little messy yesterday. Here's the action. Yeah, it's a little all over the place.
So
morning. Great. Later in the day, Peter, your time frame much better. But again, hard to trust that breakdown when you've been doing this all morning. Very difficult to trade. So we'll see what it does today. High of the pre-market over here is going to be 172 on the dot, and the low of the pre-market 170. What is this? 170. 30, 170.30, right on there. You're just slightly below the previous day close, so I'm stuck between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. This area becoming heavy resistance is 172 14ish area, so we'll see where it goes from there. But again, this level here back to an area where it's been before, hung out here plenty of times, used this as support over the last 2 months. So let's see, interesting area on the daily, not so much action in the pre-market right now, and we'll see how that goes. All right, Peter, take us through what our team is watching this morning. Then we'll get ready to hand it off to our live traders, Brian and Andrew, in chat.
Yeah, we're just over 5 minutes from the market open, so let me do this quickly. Jared is going to be looking at Amazon, AMD, AI, and Meta. Megan's focused right in on Meta. Thor's not loving anything today. Looks like he'll just take a look and see what market opportunity presents. Eamon's got a potential long on Netflix. Gary's going to be watching Snow, SNOW, Affirm, PLTR, and of course the market index overall. Andrew will be trading live with you, and he's going to be watching CRM, AEO, AMD, Meta, Tesla, NVIDIA, and PLTR. I'm going to be watching Tesla, NVIDIA, and PLTR as well. I'm also going to be looking at Cienna, AEO, and AI for a potential short. So we'll see what's happening. There is Andrew's also offering a copy of his book free on Amazon. So his take advantage of that. That offer will end soon. So he just posted that. Lenny's going to be watching AMD, Amazon, NVIDIA, Tesla, and CRM. Brendan going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, AMD, and Amazon. And Brian, also trading live, Tesla, NVIDIA, Amazon, CRWV, and AEO. Everybody wants a piece of Sydney Sweeney, it looks like. So we'll see if AEO gives us any opportunity to trade. Apparently she's got great genes. Anyways.
All right, friends. Over in the chat room, we'll see you guys later. Enjoy Andrew and Brian, and we will regroup later. So take care, friends.
All right. Trade smart, everyone.
All right, let's flip everything over here and get ready for our live trading. Making sure we're set here. Very good. Okay. All right, let's do this, friends. 1 minute up top, 5 minutes at the bottom. And I think we're pretty good. I'm just going to fix my watch list here and add everything in. So we have Amazon, we have AI. This is usually where we would have a commercial. There'll be a commercial here saying, with some kind of sponsors where we take this watch list and fix it up and do everything, right, Peter? This would be a great spot for a commercial.
It would be. We should
we need some sponsors. We need some sponsors.
Sort of ad.
Yeah. Right here is a great spot for that. All right. For me, Amazon AI, PLTR.
Trading Terminal's a sponsor of us. We just need a trading terminal ad to put in there.
Yeah, we do need it. Yeah. Maybe we can get the lady with the jeans to do the ad for Trading Terminal.
Do you think so? You think
we'll do well.
Travis is promoting his new clothing line. Maybe we can get Travis in here too.
Yeah, get him or Taylor Swift.
Oh, you mentioned the name. We're supposed to avoid.
I was trying to avoid it, but I did mention. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We could get AI Taylor Swift. She's probably much cheaper to do that commercial.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Orders of magnitude cheaper.
AI, man. AI is. I'm hoping this thing is gonna be good. Speaking of AI, this thing is. Let's see how the market open is on this. All right. Good luck, everyone.
I like AI. AI is it's actually moving up here. I'll have to see what happens with it. Yeah, it feels like AI is a company in turmoil here. But
yeah. How's the screen, guys? Right, not freezing today. Looking very smooth. Right?
Wow, AEO up 30%. That's crazy.
Which one?
American Eagle.
Oh, American Eagle. Yep.
Yes.
That, but wow. I have it here, man. I mean, maybe today is a day where I just shouldn't think about how bad it trades, because maybe today's their day, man. This pre-market action is looking. It's the best I've seen on this ticker, which actually doesn't say much because I don't watch it often, but it looks good. It looks good today. Fig.
AI is just moving higher.
AI is doing some stuff.
Carlos, I gotta watch these. I'm very interested to see what they're going to do. I don't quite know what direction they're going to go. Is AEO going to go higher? It's already up 30%. It seems like a lot. But if it pulls back very strong at the open, it might be good for a long. AI, well, here we go. That's the opening bell.
There we go. Where's the bell?
Speculation there it is over. But now we got to find out. All right, where are we going? AMD dropping hard. AEO shooting up.
AEO shooting up. That is on fire.
Okay, but it's we'll see though. Could be short-lived here.
Be a good rising though, but again, we'll have to see.
AEO.
All right, friends. Good luck, and yes, follow your rules.
I've actually gone short AEO, Carlos.
Ooh,
and I didn't get a good entry really, but I'm short. I just took a partial. I could put it on the screen.
Yeah, get the screen up when you can.
Terrible entry, frankly, but it's so far it's working. I'm gonna move my stop down because I don't want to get. Oh, see, it just stopped me out. Dang it!
Maybe I gotta fix your screens now. I think by you changing your name, I got it. I got the screen. I just don't have it in one of the templates, but we'll fix that.
Okay, well,
but here it is.
I got stopped out really, really fast. So Yeah, I thought it was when it spiked so hard at the open, my thought was that spike wasn't sustainable
Mm-hmm.
and that I could get a short on it
Yep.
and I guess it's a good thing that I stopped out where I did. Because look at
Yeah.
it now, it's back up, but I thought I'd try it. I love my shorts. So
Yeah. Yep.
AI kept going higher at the open, so I did not get the long trade. And I missed AMD. I was thinking of AMD for a short. It popped up.
Mm.
Let's see. Is Brian's trading
Yep.
core
Yep. Yep.
weave?
CoreWeave, CRWV. We haven't seen that in some
Yeah.
time. All right, it's got some action this morning, looking weak. Hopefully he's short here.
He is short, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. All
I
right.
don't know about CoreWeave. The volume's a little low on CoreWeave, and I am really regretting. While I was focused on that early trade on AEO, I sort of missed my opportunity, my entry opportunity on AMD,
Mm.
which I just as we were talking here this last minute before the open, I noticed how AMD it was trading lower, but really, really flat, which often is an
Yep.
opportunity for sort of a quick move. And sure enough, we did get a quick move lower, but.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Core weave is
AMD.
popping up, so that's not doing good for Brian's short. You may be
Look at
out of that
Amazon.
already.
Look at Amazon go here. PLTR's a little bit messy. Could be a good 5-minute RBM PLTR if we can stay above the VWAP here. So let's see. Let's come back to that in 2 minutes. But oh, AI is looking pretty nice too for a
I
possible.
can't believe AI is. I don't know.
Yeah, looking pretty nice. Price action is not great. You can't compare it to like a
AI,
AMD or PLTR where they move so well, like so fluid, right?
yeah,
AI and also AEO is the same thing. These
yeah.
these retail companies, Peter, that their price action is just weird. It's it's not a
Well,
it's different.
yeah.
It's different.
Oh, I'm not sure I would put AI in the
Actually,
same bucket as AEO, but I get it.
no,
Oh,
it's
come
much
on.
better. But they're
Dang
both
it.
nicey stocks. They're both nicey stocks. So
Yes.
yeah,
I missed another opportunity on AMD while I was faffing around here as it popped back up. I was going to take it short again. I'm just not going to chase AMD towards the lows here because that's a good way to get
yeah,
aggressively stopped out. But if I could have got a good entry, again, that 159, anything over 159.70 looked to me like a good entry for a
yeah.
short. But I kept missing it.
Tesla. Yep, I see that, guys.
What are we doing?
Tesla
What's the SPY doing?
looking good
SPY's pushing higher.
above the VWAP. Here's your VWAP breakout. We're getting the pullback. It was very early, so it could still be a decent 5-minute ORB as well. So I'll look for both. Look for both strategies here. Oh, it's gonna go. It's gonna go without us, at least without me. Um, it's
Which one are you
looking
watching,
really
sorry?
good. Tesla. So if you look at Tesla now, it's
Tesla.
just broke to the
Oh
VWAP.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
pull back to the VWAP and just shooting right up, man. So, but that's not the signal yet for me. So we'll wait a little bit here. PLTR became a mess.
Wow, market is moving higher.
Mm, uh, and Amazon was pretty good too. Nvidia pushing higher. PLTR is no good today. It's at least right now. It's not looking good at all. It can go either way. If anything, I like it for a long, because this would be a good 5-minute ORB. Like if you look at it here, this would be a nice 5-minute ORB there. But I don't like the way the 1 minute is setting up right now. This is for PLTR.
Wow.
All right, no trades for me yet, friends. How about you guys? I see you guys throwing out some really good names. PLTR is awesome. Tesla for sure. And what else? I see Meta. Let's take a look at Meta. Meta also shot up pretty nice. Again, I don't have a strategy for this here, right? So for
Look at
that type of
that. Look
move.
at that. Oh my God, I would have been so right. Oh,
Well, what did you miss,
Carlos,
Peter? Which one? Which one? What did you miss, man? Talk to
AMD.
me.
I'm still looking at
Ah,
AMD. I just
ah.
think of I think I know, yeah, take the damn trade. AMD looks weak to me, and when it popped up there, I just saw that
Yep.
hesitation. I set a stop at 160.27. I was looking for an entry above 160, and look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would have been a great risk to reward trade. I would have immediately got like 4 to 1,
Yeah. Yep.
but I didn't take it. So as choppy as it looks, and it is pretty
Yeah.
choppy, I why am I not following my gut, Carlos?
Hey, man.
I think I've
It's
got to the
you know.
point where I always warn people about this, right? When you first start trading, never follow your gut. Don't do it. It's
Yeah. Yep.
absolutely not the thing to do. But there's a period of time after which, when you've had enough experience and time in the market, when your gut is really just the rapid processing of market data. And I find that nowadays I can actually trust my gut a lot more than I do, because
Yep.
I can sort of the data makes sense behind it, and see, this is where not doing it gives me this ROMO that just it pains me.
Yeah. Yeah. I get you.
Oh my
Um.
God.
Wow.
What do I
Markets
move?
are kind of sliding here, so you're seeing a lot of stuff go the other way. So Tesla having a hard time engulfing, almost engulfing on the, or no, engulfing on the 5 minute. Um. I would love to see a retest and maybe go short on it. So let's see. So nothing for me yet, friends. Still looking, still searching for something clean here, either 5 minute ORB, maybe a VWAP breakout. But
Hey,
there seems to be.
look
Oh
at
man,
this.
Tesla's gonna, it's gonna go,
Oh,
it's gonna go lower.
oh, oh.
Uh,
You're
AMD
killing me. You're
on
killing me, Andy.
fire, not in a good way. Yeah,
Yeah.
AMD's not being nice to Peter. Well, could have been nice to Peter. The humanity, Jim. Yes, the
The
humanity.
humanity. Yeah, there you go. That's the
Oh man.
uh that just it just pains me because I was right there. I don't have any
Yeah.
excuse for not taking it other than fear. Fear of the loss. I didn't trust myself and the what I was seeing in the stock, and
Yes.
uh
Yep.
it wasn't an A plus setup, I'll give you that, because it had
Mm-hmm.
spiked above VWAP. Um, but it wasn't able to break
Yeah.
through sort of all that
That's a great
pre-market range.
rejection, right? I mean, these
Yeah,
are great rejections. Maybe not
I know.
here, but somewhere here maybe. But
No,
yeah, it's
yeah.
uh
Anyways, oh well. What can you do?
we'll find something. Find something.
Yeah,
And
there'll be another opportunity.
oh yeah, yeah,
Uh,
we're just 10 minutes in.
AEO AEO has held the gains that it made overnight quite well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sort of happy to be out of that trade because obviously my short would not have worked, but
Yep.
I made a couple of bucks on it, but really it was just a quick partial and then a stop out. Um,
Yep.
the AI also holding what it did, clawed back over the last few minutes of the pre-market, and
Yeah.
holding its level here. So I don't know. AI feels like it's the volume already seems to be leaving it. So maybe the fund's already over there. I'm not sure.
Yep. Yep.
But no Tesla. Look at Tesla. Never did break out either. No, Tesla just went red.
All right, friends. I'm not seeing anything I love here. Tesla would have been. a nice short if you were trading this below the VWAP here, engulfing on the 5-minute as well. I didn't trust it, to be honest.
Yeah, Brendan in the chat room is saying AMD was a
Yep.
great short at VWAP. Yeah. No shit, Sherlock. Can you tell him a little bitter?
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
just a tad, just a tad.
I just, but you know what? I only have myself to blame. It's like no one made
Yeah,
me or do or not do anything. I
100%.
just gotta take the trade.
Yes.
My Achilles heel. You know, most people are over traders. I am not.
Yep. Wow. Look at the sell-off on Tesla. I'm sorry, Nvidia and Tesla too. Both dropping here, and I got no trades, man. This is like I'm missing everything. Oh, like I'm missing everything. Anybody take this Tesla 5-minute engulfing short around this area? Anybody take that? That is a I should have taken that. I called it and I just didn't take it. But that's a beautiful short. And the 1 minute gave you an opportunity, like it gave you a nice pullback here if you missed the first one. So hopefully you guys took that. You went long 337. Yeah, this was a fake. That's why I didn't join this here because we didn't get the confirmation candle, right? So that's why I didn't join long. But I thought it was gonna be a long too. So I would have got stopped out obviously on Tesla, but thankfully did not join that. I'm looking for something to short. If we're gonna be short here, I want to jump on something, but I don't see any opportunities right now, friends. No opportunities yet. So we'll sit tight. One of the hardest things of trading is waiting. Waiting, sitting and waiting. You know, that's the tough part. Especially when it feels like things are moving, which they are. Things are moving. So if you had a opportunity, sure, a lot of these stocks gave you some really nice moves. I mean, look at Tesla, man. It's just not dropping nice. Nvidia going red, pulling back here. You know, you can't join it now. It'll be tough, but yeah. AEO, yes, the 5-minute can work all the way up to an hour. So you can still do a 5-minute ORB on AEO here if you want to go short. There is an opportunity there. I don't like AEO's price action, right? It's a little bit weird. Today they're in play. And again, up 27%, have lost some ground here. But yeah, 5-minute RB breakdown happening right now, especially this is the range. I'm showing the 1 minute, but the range is right here. At least off the body of the 5-minute bodies right in this area. So if you took that timely, you could have got 30, almost 40 cents, depending on your entry below the VWAP there. Look at the recovery on Tesla after this drop. Just look at the buying pressure coming in here, back to green. Nvidia's trying to do the same thing. Things are just, again, just following the market. Market trying to push higher here. And tech, AI's volume just died. Like it's just completely died here. But they're holding ground. They're making a new high right now. So
Yep, moving higher on low volume, as you point out.
yep. AMD bouncing as well. PLTR back in the green above the VWAP. Amazon never really pulled back. Had a great pop here. Never really came back to the VWAP. So trying to stay above 234 here this morning. Friends, so I sent out we sent out almost all the audiobooks. I'm gonna check my emails again. if you, especially the week last weekend before, if you have not received your email, resend it. Make sure you have the right email address. Is Carlos at BabelTraders.com. If you're a previous winner, send it, and then we have we can send you a book, right? So if you want and you haven't received an email from me, make sure to send me an email. And again, Carlos at BabelTraders.com. And yes, I'm just reminding everybody, and we'll get more books. We have a lot more. We have tons of books to give away, ebooks, audiobooks. And reminding everybody, Thailand retreat for members of the Lambo and Garbage Truck tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Yes. Yeah, tomorrow's Friday.
It
4-day
is.
trading week.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
sign up today if you're interested. Sign up, Lambos and Garbage Truck members. Someone's going to be going to Thailand. That is awesome. So all expenses paid. Just got to get there. Just get their boat.
Well, just
When
got
you,
so
whatever
cover
you
your
want to do,
flight,
just
and then
cover your flight.
everything else is
Just
included.
get there. Flight, camel, mule, horse, whatever your traveling choices are. Just get there. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Don't miss it. But yeah, someone's going to be a winner tomorrow. Can't wait to see. Rooting for you guys. Leonardo, so the laptop giveaway was, it's actually cheaper to give a laptop away than a membership. A membership is worth $2,000, $3,000. But it's the pain of shipping it, man. It's just such a pain to go and
Yeah.
shipping it. If somebody wins in the UK, then you got all this stuff. I don't know. So it's just
Yeah.
it's not worth the hassle to get it to you. That's the problem, right? So um so we do memberships instead, audiobooks, and a bunch of other stuff that we'll come up with for Christmas. Christmas will be fun. I can only imagine what Andrew will be doing for Christmas this year. That'll be fun. Time for giving will be pretty
Christmas
cool.
is coming. The geese are getting fat. It's
Yeah,
yeah, Christmas. Wow. That's like a long way off. I hope.
you'll
I
be surprised, man. Things come so fast.
Yeah, I
Before you
guess
know it,
so.
we'll be wearing hats in here, and the malls will be
Yeah.
doing Christmas songs all over the place. Wow, this market. What are we doing? What is this market doing, man? It's just. Is it messy,
I
Peter? Is it
was
choppy? I
I was in
mean,
a dollar store last
yeah,
week, Carlos,
yeah.
and covered in Halloween, just everywhere. I'm like, what? It's still summer. It's August.
It's,
Well, it was at that time.
mm, listen, man. If you
And
want to
I'm
make
like,
sure you
what
get your
the heck?
costume, you want to make sure you
Oh,
get your costume.
Jesus.
You're already doing it. Yeah, I get it. I get it early,
The dollar
early, early.
stores seem to be the first ones to change seasons. Like, like Halloween will be done the 30th of October, and then they'll be into Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
And then like they don't even wait for Halloween to happen. It's like, uh, anyways, so fast.
it goes fast, man. Goes fast. Kids are back to school today. Today was the first day of my kids, all three of them, going back
Whoa,
to school. So
dropping AMD, drop on the market. Big down candle there. Everything's moving
yeah,
together, guys. I mean, just look at that big down candle we had at the last minute, and you can see
on
that
what?
same candle. Uh, Everything. That's, I guess, the
Yep.
SPY, the Qs, Nvidia, Microsoft, AMD, Tesla. They all have the same candle. The only thing that didn't was Apple, actually. But
Yeah.
yeah, it seems like a lot of stuff is just, at least that I'm watching, making the same move.
Look at the. You mentioned Apple. I pulled it up. Look at the breakout on Apple off the previous day close. I wasn't watching this, but that's nice. Nice little pop there. So if you were
Somebody,
watching Apple, hopefully you took that.
yeah, PLTR had the
Hey,
same down candle.
hey, welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck membership, my friend. So thank you for that.
A, simple name, just A.
Hey, yeah,
I like it.
I like it. I like it.
Oddly, when you
Yeah.
said A, I expected it to be spelled EH.
Oh, you thought I was saying hey, like Canada, eh?
A, like Canada, A. Yeah,
Ah,
I
I see,
did.
eh? Um,
Do you know how
yeah.
Canada got its name?
How Canada got its name? No,
Yeah, how we named the country?
no. How did you
No,
name it?
well, they just said, we got to come up with a name for the country, and they said, I got an idea. Let's put all the letters of the alphabet in a hat, and we'll pick them
Mm-hmm.
out one by one. So they said it's a great idea. I'll write them down. So the guy takes the hat and he starts to pick out the letters, and he goes CANADA.
That is great.
That's how Canada got its name.
There you go. First time I heard that one. I like it.
Oh, there you go. Canadian joke.
Leonardo, so yes, so we are giving Andrews tomorrow for the Lambos and Garbage Truck members. And I want you guys, and I'm only repeating it because I don't want you guys to miss if you do want to be part of it. For the Lambos and Garbage Truck members, we're going to be doing a Thailand giveaway, right? So that means all expenses paid for you when you're there, right? You got to fly yourself there, but all expenses paid. I think it includes food, staying with us. We're going to be trading live. I'm going to be there, Andrew, a couple other moderators. So that's going to be completely free, right? So if you're a Lambos and Garbage Truck member, you're going to be in the drawing. We're going to be doing that tomorrow. So make sure you're here, and good luck. Good luck, guys. All right, let's see. And on our website, go to our website too. We have a page that's full of information on what we'll be doing. It's gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to
it. I like how I'm not sure if the joke didn't hit or people are just feeling spicy. People are like telling me what the real derivation of Canada is, which I know. I happen to live in Canada. The community I live in is called Canada, and yes,
For real? It is?
you're yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
I
don't
was
know the
trying to
history
find a
on it, but
copy of I was trying to
yeah,
find a copy of our newspaper, the Canada Courier, but
yeah.
I don't seem to have a copy here just to prove
Hmm.
where I live. Anyways, but yes, I know what the actual derivation of the country name is, but I thought my joke was funnier. It's a more fun explanation.
All right, here we go. And yes, free BBT elite membership for members of Lambos and Garbage Trucks today. That's oh wow, okay. Andrew came back too happy from this trip. from this
Too
this
happy?
desert.
You
He
don't want
came
him
back
happy?
happy. No, I love him happy. He's giving stuff away like it's free candy out here. I love it. He's giving all kinds of stuff. It's good. You know what? He's coming from a place of giving, so let's enjoy this. Yes, free
Go
giveaway
with it.
today.
Absolutely.
I love it, man. Love it. That's awesome. So yeah, friends, we'll be doing that today as well. And I see nothing I like. Are you guys in anything? Are you guys over on YouTube in any trades? What's the ticker? What's your entry? I need to live through you right now because I have nothing. Andrew's in a trade. He's in AEO.
AEO, he's trying to get that to move higher, yeah.
Yeah, he's taken a couple of partials already.
He's sitting on a red day, he says, so he needs AEO to go green.
Yeah.
Or go to 1810, he said, for it to give him a green day.
Yep.
So let's cross our fingers and toes for him on that. Let's hope it does.
Yep.
But I was watching AMD to see what it was doing at VWAP. I wanted to see if it was going to drop here. I didn't see enough weakness, so no short for me on AMD, although that's what I was watching and waiting for. The market sort of looks weak here, though. I'm not sure.
You think so? I don't know, man. It's so flat. It's hard to tell, man.
Yeah. Well, it is hard to tell. That's why I said it. It looks weak to my eye, but not enough for me to do anything about it. So that's why I'm just sitting and watching.
Makes sense. All right, so I see you guys are in HIMS. Let's take a look. Our good buddy Joe in HIMS today. Oh yeah, HIMS traded well. Why didn't I watch this? And you guys did mention it. I should have watched this. It's a nice 5-minute ORB. Don't know if I would have taken it though. Volume seems a little bit light at the market open, but yeah, I can see that ran very well. So good for you, man. Hopefully you took that. AMD value took a put on this. Nice. Jonathan, Amazon long, yeah, that was pretty good. I was watching it, but it did the move before I could take it. But yeah, this was very good early on. So AMD at VWAP. Let's take a look here. It is. I don't trust it for for a breakout. And if you look at my VWAP webinar, right, I like this here. This is great leading up to it. This would have been the breakout. This is the breakout candle. This would have been the pullback. We didn't get the confirmation. Once you start doing this consolidation, it kind of throws the VWAP breakout strategy out the window a little bit. It can still happen, but it is just not as convincing at that point. So I usually don't take as a breakout when it does this usually, right? So today will be one of those days where I wouldn't take it as the way. I would agree. Yeah. Yep.
Because I'm looking at it for a short, and I'm seeing the same thing. Like, it's just too uncertain. These candles are just moving sideways. I don't know which direction anything's going to go. You know, things could pop just as easily as it could drop. So that's not good trading odds for me. I don't want a flip of a coin trade. I want one that I've got a better than even chance of success. So
yeah. All right, coming up 3 minutes from 10 o'clock. We're sitting at 254 likes, so we'd love to get a little bit higher. If we can get to 400, that'd be awesome. We have 1,000 people watching, which is great. So thank you guys for being here. We know you have options, and the fact that you're with us here means a lot to us. So thank you for that. But yeah, smack those thumbs up. Really appreciate it. It does help the channel out a ton. And it betters your chances of winning. So gotta hit that thumbs up. And we'll do 5 audiobooks today too. So 5 audiobooks today. Man, we're giving a lot of stuff away. It feels like Christmas already. I'm in the Christmas feeling mode. But yeah, 5 audiobooks today as well. So
we got the ISM numbers that are coming out, the ISM services and the non-manufacturing PMI, whatever you want to call it. That's coming out in 2 minutes. Yep. We'll see if the market reacts to that. I mean, at 9:45.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 10 o'clock. All right, so we had some stuff that came out earlier, but didn't really.
But interestingly, that big drop we saw on all the markets, that didn't happen at 9:45 when the numbers came out. That actually happened at 9:48. So I don't know. I'm not sure why.
Maybe a little delay in digesting the data.
Maybe. I'm not sure. But in any event, let's keep an eye on things here.
Yep. Sam, welcome, my friend. Santosh H, welcome. And also Adrian, love the name. It's my son's name, Adrian. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck Man. Yes.
Andrew sounds like he's about to have a medical incident here as he's trying to urge AEO over. Well, he wants AEO over 1810, and it got to 1808, and he's like, "Come on, urge it! Come on, you can do it." I'm just listening to him in the chat room. It's
man,
it's awesome.
See, this is the stuff that I missed. I mentioned that we talking about that yesterday, right? All right, let's see. I want to jump in and chat. Where's the chat? I had it here. Here we are. Beautiful. Let's see how these guys are up to in chat room. He might get it. He might get it now. Actually, it looks like it's coming up.
He might. It looks good to do it. He just needs it up a couple of cents, and then he can start the partial. He partialed a little early here.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay. Stay the course, Andrew. Stay strong, buddy.
All right, he got one partial, 1808.
We're all here with you.
All right, hold on. We're watching. Let's see
who's got his order set. You can.
Hey, say hello to you guys. We could listen in. We could bring the volume in. Say hello, Andrew.
Yeah.
You might get an echo, but we could bring the volume in as well. Here we go. You guys hear him?
You can see his order. He set his order about 10 minutes ago, and it's just sitting waiting for it to strike. So let's see. I mean, again, I hope it there's nothing we can do unless everybody wants to jump in and start buying shares. But I'm not recommending that. That's collusion.
Oh, why is the SEC calling me?
Yeah, SEC, exactly. Regulators don't like it when you do that. People have gotten in trouble for leveraging communities to go and try and move stocks. Now, AEO.
Oh, wait.
Actually, I don't know. AEO might be one that we could move. What's the volume here? The volume per minute its average volume per minute is about 460,000 shares. So I guess as a community, we could actually move this thing if we really tried. But let's not do that, guys.
Wink,
It's
wink.
better.
Nah.
There you go.
There it
Andrew
is.
got his fill.
Boom. Got
There's
his
the pop.
filled.
Yeah, baby.
Nice.
There it
There it
is.
is.
I think we
Got it
realized
in.
it before Andrew did. So,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Beautiful, man. Awesome, awesome. All right. This is good, but it's not an easy day, man. It's not an easy day.
no, no,
Um
it's not.
it's really not. It's got another order in at the high of the day at 18:30, so he see if he can get that filled. But it's not an easy day. I don't see anything. I feel like I've been trading for 2 hours already. It's only 10 o'clock.
Mm.
Just searching. I just don't see anything I like. So AMD did end up breaking out, guys, out of the VWAP. Again, I wouldn't consider this one of my VWAP breakout strategy, but the one I trade at least. But this did break out a little bit here, struggling to get going. The market is not helping it, as it's just kind of flat right now. But let's see if you took this here. You might be pushing for the high of the day if we can get the momentum going. Agnes, yes, very choppy day today. Sam, you're looking at open. Let's take a look at open. See, there's it is. Like, just don't get that continuation. AMD's pulling back a little bit. Wow, look at open. Where are we going here? Open is up 10%. 71 million right now as we're pushing through. This one candle right here going for 5 million. That's good volume, man. That is great volume. Level 2 looks very bullish as well. Look at this here. So look at that level 2. Oof. See, what's the float on open, by the way? Open should have it here. Do you have it handy? I don't have it handy actually. Oh, here, no, I have it here. It is. It's 637 million. Okay, it's a lot higher than I thought.
On the
Sam,
float, sorry, on open?
yeah, it's
Oh,
like
I wasn't looking at.
600.
I'm sorry.
Is that right?
Let's see here. Yeah, wow, 637 million. Yes, you're right. A lot
Yeah,
higher than I thought it was.
yeah. Sam, you're saying 721K? That
So,
seems low.
so it looks like this ISM data largely came out pretty much right at the targets, and it was fairly mixed. So I don't
Yep,
see that. I mean, maybe that's what's causing the market to go down, but
yep.
it's pretty much right at the targets. It really is not a differentiator. Um, SPY is though, and the Qs are losing ground right now. The Qs actually just went red.
Yep, yep. Um, hey Mike, so I have a great video we did 5 years ago that I'm gonna send. I'm gonna put up the link. It's on YouTube, available to everybody, and we can redo that video. But Andrew put together a presentation. You guys see this video? I don't have a beer in this video. It's like 4 years ago.
Oh,
You know,
I want to see the
it's
link to that. Come on.
it's an older one, and we explain exactly what we're looking for here. So Andrew created the presentation. He sent it to me. Say, hey, create the video on this, and I did, and it's great, man. And to this day, that is still what I look for on the level 2, right? That's still how I use it. So let me get to this video. It's on YouTube, and it's called. We could probably redo one of these videos, brand new with some new examples. I know Andrew takes screenshots of his level 2 always, and does his recaps. Look out for his recaps too. And you're part of the
Yeah.
Lambos and garbage truck, so you get access to it, and you can see when he talks about the level 2. I look for the exact same thing he does. Let's see. This is name of this video is level 2. Wow, am I gonna leave this morning with no trades? It happens. It happens. Not often,
All
but it
right.
does happen. Look at this here, man. This is. See if I could bring this up in a way that makes sense. Look how old this thing is, man. This is back in. This is 5 years ago. Look at this. So here we break it down. I'll send you the link now. We break down everything we look for, I mean, in detail. And to this day, don't get fooled by the 5-year-old video. To this day, this is exactly what we are doing. And look at this, how old these headphones are. I still have the same headphones. And this is why they're all messed up. They look a lot newer there, but now they're all banged up.
Look at the dark black beard you got.
Oh yeah. This is let's go back to that. This was before the look at that. Pure black, no grays. A little bit of gray, not too much.
Look at baby Carlos.
5 years. Yeah. 5 years ago.
It's been a rough 5 years, has it, Carlos?
It's been a rough 5 years, man. Yes, it has.
Much
better the last couple, but the first ones were pretty intense.
I had the same thing where you suddenly just I went white, and my hair went from black to salt and pepper, and then mostly salt, and now you can see maybe a little bit of my mustache. There's a little bit of black going on, but not much. It's pretty much all white.
Yeah.
Well, whatever hair I have left. But anyways.
So take a look at that, friends. I've just put that video, the link out there. Again, really, really great information. And that's pretty much what I look for even to this day, right? So let's take a look. PLTR, I was right about it being choppy. Nothing going on here. Here's the 5 minute. Here's the 1 minute. It just looks very messy right now. And no, you know what? When I really saw the change, because man, at that time I was working out, going to the gym every morning. When COVID hit, it really set back a lot of my health type, going to the gym and just being in shape, riding bike. Man, I was top of my game before that. Then it's just that. Saw a huge
It's amazing.
difference. Yeah.
How many of us it affected, Carlos? I mean, my wife and I say the same thing. I'm still trying to recover from COVID, and it's one of those things where early on it was actually okay. Like I was keeping up with my workouts, I was doing stuff, but then when the mandates, you're not allowed to leave the house and you can't go anywhere. Like you weren't even allowed to
Takes
go
you
for
out of the rhythm
for a period of time.
Yeah, takes you out of the rhythm.
Like we just. And we didn't realize how the attitude of what's the point anymore? Let's just like the world is dying. Let's just who cares? And then my wife and I, it was only after a while we realized, holy crap, like we were working, but we were, towards the end of the trading day for me, towards the end of her work day, we would meet each other in the living room with a bottle of wine, and we'd have a bottle of wine every day. Like, and we didn't think anything of it till suddenly we realized, holy crap, like we're drinking every day. And and not exercising and not doing anything. We're like, okay, this is not healthy. You just stop looking in the mirror. You don't realize, you're putting on weight because you're only wearing stretchy pants. Because where are you going to wear jeans to? For months and months, and then I went to put on some jeans, and I'm like, what the hell?
It was harder for older folks, man. I got some people there in like their 70s that they used to go to play basketball every day, and I got a friend who he's like, man, that killed him. He gained a lot of weight because he used to go every weekend, play ball with the fellas, in the senior competition, and that set him back years, man. So he's trying to get back into. I see him riding the bike all the time, back and forth, and it's tougher as you get older. So no question.
Well, that was the strange thing here, where like they had a mandate at one point where you literally were not allowed to leave the house unless you were, shopping, or you had a job that required you to be out of the house.
Yeah, we had something similar.
Like there was stories of people, the roaming police that would like, ticket you or arrest you if you were out just walking the dog. And it was crazy. Just thinking back, like it sounds surreal. It sounds like there's no way that actually happened, but yeah, it did. Anyways, it's just weird. Yeah.
Andrew said he got divorced during COVID. Yeah, many people got divorced too. Like it affected.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a big change, man, to be.
Oh yeah.
Be stuck with someone all day long.
You either got a lot closer to your spouse,
or
Yeah.
you, yeah,
You
you
either got a
realize
lot
that, wait a
closer to them
minute,
or
is this what
it
I
didn't
want for the
work
rest of
out.
my life? You know? Yeah, yeah, I agree.
That's
I
right.
agree. I agree. So it's a reality check, right? So, yep, yep.
You know,
Yeah.
a lot of babies, COVID babies born. You know, there's the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
side to
It's
that
a,
too.
a
So
lot. It's a lot. It's a
either
lot
got
to
along or you
take.
didn't.
Yep, yep.
Well, there
I
you go,
agree.
Joe. You understand. I mean, heck, I've been married for 33 years, so it's yeah, I hear you. It's
AI, man, slowly but surely continuing to just move up higher. No volume whatsoever, or not significant volume. But if you got in early and you survive some of these pullbacks, you're getting the benefit right now. Trying to get 16, actually got 16 right there, so that's good. Um, and yeah, we'll see if this continues. Jillian, yes, it was great for me. My wife got pregnant, so she was pregnant already for when the COVID kind of hit, and she had all that time off working from home, and then plus her maternity leave. So it was really good for her. As far as you don't want to be pregnant going to work. It sucks, and we get so little time here. So that worked out for her. Um, yeah, a lot of people got pregnant
I
during
like the way you
COVID.
worded that, Carlos. Actually, I just noticed the native made the same comment I was going to. My wife
Yeah,
got pregnant. I don't know how it happened. How did this happen?
my wife
She
got pregnant.
just
She
she
got
just woke up one day and
the kid looks just like me, but she got pregnant. I don't know how that took place.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
uh, anyways, yeah.
Yep, yep, yep.
Wow, it's yeah, we're really choppy, guys. We're
Yep.
talking random stuff because the markets are pretty choppy right now.
I do see Tesla and a little bit of sorry, Nvidia hitting the view up now. Spy's moving up as well, pretty nice. Not sure what's causing the pump up. Again, could be nothing, but this is more of my approaching the VWAP type trade, right? We just got to see if we're going to get the continuation. So we're coming up to the
Right.
VWAP. Let's see if we can get our move. Opposed to AMD, I know you guys were mentioning a lot AMD. See, to me, this is not really ideal, right? Especially after just kind of chopping around. Not ideal for the VWAP breakout. NVIDIA, on the other hand, if we can manage to break through here, manage to get the pullback to the VWAP, and then the confirmation, then yes, we can go long. And unfortunately, we're previous day closes here. I don't usually like that, but I think we've seen plenty of times where it actually ends up working out, right? We did it with PLTR, I think yesterday as well, and some other trades in the past before my break. So let's see. Let's watch it. We're being patient today. No trades for me so far. Peter, I think you had one or two.
Just one.
This one,
Just the
okay.
one on
Yep.
AEO early on as I was trying to get that short. So very quick
Mm-hmm.
trade. I think let's see this one. I got in at 9:30 and 28 seconds. I was all
Yep.
out by 9:30 and 54 seconds. So there you go.
Yeah, it's quick. It's
26
quick. Yeah.
26 seconds is what it lasted.
Yep.
So
And here is Nvidia is trying. We needed to push through that.
yeah. Yeah.
It looks like it's
Yeah.
gonna
I don't
fail. It's
see.
not looking good.
If
Yeah,
you
it's not doing
caught
the move.
one of the couple of moves that happened out there, it could have been a good day for you, but you had to be sort of pinpointing your accuracy. That's why I still sort of regret AMD. You know, I had that thing lined up and I failed to pull the trigger, and it was really the only good move on AMD all day so far.
Yeah.
Anyways, so oh well.
Banner going short. Oh yeah, look at Apple did. See this approach is nice. Yeah, it kind of did a view app breakdown here as well. And you can see it going lower here. So Apple is trading very clean to the downside. See, I'm glad I didn't take that Nvidia trade. This market seems to want to go lower. So yeah, Nvidia's not really going here. PLTR, no, AI still holding the gains there from the market open. And the Qs, well, the Qs were red. This is going lower. SPY now dropping
Oh,
lower
Tesla.
here.
Why wasn't I paying attention to Tesla?
Oof, oof, oof. Uh. Besides the
Tesla
VWAP,
would have
other
been good.
indicators. Tesla, let me pull it up here. Yeah. For short, you're taking short.
For sure. Yeah, I like how it sort of held just above the previous day close. It would have been a little tough because it was just above the previous day close, but
Oh, you're
below
looking
the
here.
VWAP.
Yep.
But I mean, yeah, in hindsight, it looks obvious. At the time, I'll admit it didn't look quite so obvious,
Yeah.
but
Could be a little tough. Yep. So question from Taryn in YouTube. Besides the VWAP, what other indicators do you use? I mean, I use the moving averages. I use the VWAP. Obviously, the price action. The price is an indicator, right? You might not think of it as like as one, but it is. And volume, right?
yeah.
But for the most part, the VWAP on the VWAP breakout strike, the VWAP is probably the most important thing you're looking at, right?
Wow.
So
Yeah. Wow. We've gotten into chop. If you want sort of proof of the chop we're in it, let's just look at AMD over the last 20 minutes. AMD
yeah,
is,
yep.
yeah.
Yeah, Karthi Kenyan. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that correctly. I do see that. I do see. I'm gonna call you K because I see you have K there on the second part of your last name, just a K. I'm watching that one on Andrew's screen. So Andrew's looking at PayPal. He hasn't traded it, but yeah, PayPal. What's the drop? 69 all the way down to 66. What's the deal? That's more than market stuff. Um, I'm not sure what the news is on that, but yeah, that has a pretty significant drop. Let me bring it up for you. Here it is. We have not traded PayPal, at least I haven't, in a very long time. And this usually was one of our usual suspects. So it's been a while since we traded this one. All right. Views are a lot higher today. Is it because kids are back in school and you guys are just hanging out with us while you work? We got more viewers, 940, leading up to 930. So that's nice. Thank you guys. Awesome. Wow. PayPal is just leaking here, friends. It is just on highway to hell.
Wow. PayPal. I
What
haven't
what
looked
cost?
at
Does
PayPal
anybody
today.
know what cost it? What's the news? Let me go here. Check the news on PayPal. What do we got going on? If you know,
Sometimes
if
it
you looked it up already,
doesn't need news.
you're right. This seems different though. Seems aggressive. But you're right. It doesn't need news. But it does seem. And you know what? What too, Peter? Like, look for example. Like, look at this, right? We go from no volume whatsoever, not doing anything all morning, to just
Right.
this rampant volume like that. I mean, it could be because it's dropping and people are getting in and out, whatever. It just seems different.
Yeah.
Um, mm, mm, mm. I don't see anything for today, so could be right. Could just be market hitting some key levels on this thing. Can't really tell. AI continues higher here. Amazon,
I don't see any news here
PLTR.
on PayPal.
I
I'm really
don't.
searching all
Yeah,
the avenues. I don't see anything. So I
yeah.
don't
The
know.
last
I
thing I
don't know
have is
why.
like July 28th, so I don't see any. That's too far ago. So don't see anything. Nvidia. Nvidia could be interesting. Pushing up here above the VWAP. Let's see if we. It tried to break out here. It failed. Now it's doing a better breakout. Let's see. We get a pullback and confirmation. I would like hopefully the markets to be going in our direction here if we can. I don't want the market going against our move long, if possible. Easy, yeah. Today's a, it's not looking good. Yeah, it's not. It's been hasn't been great. At least for the stuff I've been watching,
Yeah.
right? So
My news feeds this morning keep running ads with, I think it looks like Zoe Saldana, who's advertising Grey Goose vodka. She likes to party with Grey Goose vodka, according to the ad.
Mm.
I'm not sure why. It's just sold out. My wife was watching some like romantic comedy, some rom-com that starred Zoe Saldana. She was married to some Italian guy. And in this, she was actually talking Italian. And I'm like, she speaks Italian? And my wife's like, yeah, she's actually married to an Italian guy and speaks
Mm.
Italian. I'm like, I had no idea. Anyways.
See here. All right, there it is. Pressure against the previous day close. I would still consider this my pullback here. Still got 20 seconds on this candle from now. Let's see. Let's see if we can get something going here. Look at NVIDIA, friends, for possible VI breakout. Let's see how this candle closes, and I want to see the next one be the confirmation here.
It's tough.
It's not, yeah, it's not clean. Not clean.
I don't trust this market to support the move.
Yeah.
But I'm always
I
suspicious.
no, I get you, man. I get you. So let's see another pullback here on
Oh,
NVIDIA.
all right. Ghost. Ghost is asking for a story, Carlos. How did Lambo and garbage truck originate? All right, so the garbage truck, we'll start there because it's the more impactful part of the story, is that uh, basically Andrew had rented some old office space, and when he went to view the office space, it was in a banking building. And the banking building, it looked great. It, looked like a decent spot, but he went middle of the day. What he didn't realize is that living in Vancouver, when you trade at 6:30 in the morning, that's when the garbage trucks came by. And the office happened to be on the third floor of this building, right outside of where the alley where all the big dumpsters were. So when the garbage trucks came by at 6:30 in the morning, right as the markets opened, right, when normally your banking clients would not be in the building, they would like be smashing these big dumpsters as they picked them up in the trucks and dumped them into the back, and we would hear them through the microphone as he's trying to do it live. So every day it became the truck, the joke about the garbage trucks every morning. Just you hear them with the reversing beeping and then the smashing of the thing. And whenever he'd have a bad trade, he'd want to go throw it out in the garbage truck. So the other side of the equation was then, of course, there was a lot of people who still do this to this day where they like promote their trading, where they're always like, you see them on a yacht or in a fancy house, or they're on a beach somewhere. I can trade from the beach and I can do whatever. Or they would rent themselves a Lambo and pretend that they had bought a Lambo with their earnings. So, so the joke was that either he's going to have a trade that's going to buy him a Lambo, or is he going to throw it into the garbage truck that's out in the alley. So more or less, that's how it came about. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So So we earned it honestly. Somebody in the chat room actually put together, they combined it and put together a cardboard Lamborghini. So that was the joke, that Andrew would get a cardboard Lamborghini. But then years later, right, here we are, and he leases one now, but he drives a Lambo, the SUV, but still, he did
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
to say that he's done it. Wrong car though. He should have got himself a Porsche. It's much cooler. That being said, I have not seen my Porsche in 74 days. In fact, I have to update
And
my
counting.
sheet.
We need a counter.
Yeah.
Need a counter. All right, here we go. NVIDIA. Let's do this. First trade of the day at 10:25. It's getting later and later for me, man, with these trades. Not complaining, but it's making me wait. Making us work, Peter. The market is making us work for our goods here. All right, so 171. Let's see if we can get going. SPY. Oh man, SPY and the Qs are definitely helping me at the moment. So we'll love to see if this is going to continue. Hard to trust it. High of the day is 171.80, so we're too far out for that. let's see. I want to take a partial now so bad, but I want to be patient too. So it's a struggle I'm dealing with right now. Um, uh, I want to see what it does here. Market selling off. I'm going to take a partial. Sorry, got impatient. Take a partial here just in case. And we want to see it stay above previous day close. Now, trusting the continuation here is going to be really, really tough. But let's see. Let's see what the market does for us here. Yeah, see that? Look at that. So glad I took a partial. It is just not the type of clean continuation you would expect out of this.
No.
And I don't even think we're going to bounce from here. So let's see. I'm ready to bail on it if we go below the VWAP. I mean, below the previous day close. But let's see if it can hold here. This is a great level, man. Risk to reward is perfect. Checking to see here. I'm like hyper focused because I know if it flushes down, it's gonna run right through. And yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out of break even. So one partial out of break even. We're just not getting the love. But I love the entry. The entry was great, man. NVIDIA, you failed us on the continuation here. Failed us. Not sure if it was NVIDIA or the market, but all right, let's see. Where did I put this? Oh, here we go. Okay, perfect. Can't trust this market. But what you can trust is us giving away a 1-year membership to BBT when Andrew comes on a little bit later. So stick around for that. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Lambos and Garbage Truck members, you're in for a treat. Tomorrow, same thing. You're going to get. Is NVIDIA going to do something for us here? So tomorrow, for Lambos and Garbage Truck members only, we're going to be giving away the Thailand trip. I want to jump back in on NVIDIA. So sign up. If you're interested, sign up today. So you're ready for tomorrow. So you got to sign up. The way to sign up is, by the way, if you're wondering, as I'm looking at NVIDIA, is right over here. Next to the subscribe button over on YouTube, click join, and you are in, my friend. Okay, so we'd love to have you there. Not yet, guys. I haven't turned on the hashtag BBT yet, but I will once Andrew comes on. We'll turn it on a little bit later. Towards the end of when his live stream, we'll turn it on. All right, so partial on NVIDIA, small green today. I think if you're green today, you're very happy. If you're green on this day, you should be no matter how green you are, you should be very happy on a day like today. Because this is today's a battlefield. You know, some days a walk in the park, today's a battlefield. So if you're doing green, if you're sitting green, nice. Green like our buddy Guy Hallowell. Hallowell. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck, my friend. Good to have you. Good to have you. This is now a gut feeling that I think NVIDIA's going to go. Peter, you're going to hate me for this, but I'm going to go back in NVIDIA here. I'm going to go back long, man. I have a feeling we're going to get going here. So back long NVIDIA, stop loss below the previous day close here, closer to the VWAP. I think there's an opportunity here to actually get something going, man. Let's see. 10:30. Let's see. Danny, welcome. Welcome to the LGT. We call it LGT.
Welcome.
LGT crew.
That was a Garbage Trucks.
LGT
Beautiful.
crew. Yeah, and part of that too is when we actually, it's funny when you mentioned the story, but when we created the actual name, you know, it was more of a let's just create it. Let's see what this feature does on YouTube. We had no idea what the feature did. We never used it. And then we realized that
Right.
the engagement, everything with YouTube, they love that. So it turned out nice. And now we're more excited than anything to create content for you guys. So it's good stuff. Good stuff. All right, let's see if we can get pushing here on NVIDIA. You guys are mentioning PLTR. It did? Oh yeah. I mean, I would have not taken this trade, but that is beautiful. Hopefully you guys took that. Yeah, that is nice. That is nice. I'm hoping things are settling down a little bit more now, and I'm hoping that the market keeps going higher. Look at the move. Look at the move on SPY, right? Just look at this here. Chop, chop, chop all morning, a little bit of a drop, back up, drop, and then just look at the last couple of minutes here. We've been actually pushing pretty nice, right? So hoping that NVIDIA can settle down here, get to the high of the day, and we'll call this a day. And now the challenge is picking the stock that's going to be part of the move, right? So for example, you guys mentioned Tesla's at the V up now, breaking out. PLTR did the breakout as well, moving higher. So now it's about picking the stock that's actually going to be the right horse per se, right? So that's what it's all about now. So I'm in. Look at PLTR go, nice. So I'm in NVIDIA. Level 2 looks good, slightly in my favor. And we just need this to give us at least 170, 160. That would be awesome. Is Andrew... What is Andrew in? Andrew in anything? Did I miss Danny? Where's Danny? Yep, Danny, welcome, Danny. Yep, Danny's there. How to sign up? Yeah, so to sign up for the Lambos and Garbage Truck members, if you just go to YouTube, right next to the subscription, where you subscribe to the channel, you can join there. Membership is like $4.99. You're gonna get access to, it's a lot of cool stuff actually. Let me show you. Let me show you quickly as we wait for NVIDIA to actually do something here. So if you go to the channel, you're going to see here it is. Bring up the BBT channel and I'll show you. And a cool and weird thing about it is that it is your local currency. So when you join here, the $4.99 is, for me, it's US dollars, but it'll be your local currency. So depending where you are, you probably could get this for very, very dirt cheap. So just join. And we don't make no money off $4.99. It's just, part of a community, right? You're part of a community. You're going to get access to all of Andrew's videos here, right? These are all members only, so you get access to that. Plus, you also get goodies, other giveaways we do, right? So definitely join the party. We'd love to have you guys there. So should be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. All right, NVIDIA pulling back. Yep, as Andrew mentioned, daily recaps. Free Thailand trip tomorrow. That's going to be awesome. Less than a Starbucks coffee, he says. But it helps AI with our channel, absolutely. That's right. I mean, think about it. YouTube takes a chunk of that. Take 35% there. That's how they make their money. Let's see what NVIDIA is going to do here. My stop will be at below the previous day close. Richard, any thoughts on LUMN? Let's see. I mean, it's just grinding higher. It reminds me a little bit of AI. Looks very similar to AI, right? AI is the same thing, just grinding higher slowly. Never
LUMN.
really. LU. Yeah, Lumen. Yep.
Lumen is publicly traded? Oh, no. No, wait. Different Lumen.
Which Lumen were you thinking about?
You haven't watched Severance?
I
no.
started watching it, but I didn't finish it. It was like, okay.
No, it's a little weird.
My wife kept watching it, and she loved it. She loved it. I fell off. I'm like, you keep going with that one. So funny, we do that on the shows. I mean, my wife, we'll start a show together, and sometimes the show is good for both of us. We keep going watching together, so she can go, make sure we schedule it. But some shows we start, and I'm like, okay, it's my type of show. I'll keep going with it. There's my, we kind of split ways there. So that was one where she kept watching.
I haven't finished the second season. I don't even know if they're all out yet, but was there a third season? Oh no, it's just there's just a second season. Anyways, yeah, it's a little bit weird. You have to get into it. I feel like they're drawing it out longer than they have to. They kept showing at the U.S. Open. It was attended by John Turturro, who is the actor that plays Irving, if you know. Anyways, he was apparently at the U.S. Open yesterday, watching a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of the matches. So,
Yeah. Tesla, I could feel it. You just want to go, let's do the Paris boom. Come on, give us a boom here. Let's do this. I love you, NVIDIA. Come on. Uh, all right,
all
here it
right.
is. Okay.
Nope. AMD. Yeah. NVIDIA, it looks like you might just get that move
Yeah,
after all, Carlos.
I am. And I'm going to take one here just in case because it's been so unpredictable with these ups and downs. But I think this is a
Mm.
slow grinder up to the high of the day, man. So first trade partial here and stopped out at break even. Back in when it held. Should have been a little more patient. But the rules the rules. Get out of break even. It is what it is. You can always get back in. There's
Yeah.
no need to. It's a green trade here. You made your money. Don't give it back. Get back in if your stock is still in play. I'm a strong believer of that. This is how Andrew trades. And it's not easy to do that because when I was starting out, it was very difficult to stop out. And you don't want to stop out. You want to win,
Right.
right? But just stop out and get back in. Look at this. Now we're getting the move. We're making the amount we're supposed to here. So this is worth it, right? But just learn to stop out. Get back in. I could have got it back in even right here if I wanted to. It's okay. It's just, but it takes a while to learn. That's not the easiest skill. But once you can do it, man, it puts you at peace. It really does. And I love this, stress free type trading. This is my style here. So it is awesome. Awesome, awesome. We'll take another partial because we're struggling a little bit here. I just want to be cautious because the way this thing has been today. So another partial here just in case.
You
Let's just
really
hope
are
we can keep
nervous
going.
taking two partials
Yeah,
in the
two
same
parts.
spot like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just taking too
I could,
long, man. Like let's go. Come on, Nvidia, let's go.
patience. Patience, young grasshopper. It's
Let's
looking better
go.
now. There are orders on the top side. I mean,
Yeah,
like you said, it's tough to tell today, but
it's like
it's
yesterday
active.
with PLTR. Remember, I'm like, once I take a partial here, this thing is gonna go to 179. What it does, it literally went to 179 and higher.
Mm.
It's just the way it is sometimes. But here, spies looking good. Qs are looking good. Yeah, Sean, I said I'm trying to be patient. Next candle opens up, you're still not moving higher, making a new low. My patience out the window. uh, but I'm just basing it on what we're seeing. Like this market is just not giving us the continuation right away. Look at the spies dropping now, right? So it's gonna make it tougher for this move to even continue here. So yeah, I get it, Sean. I get it. Goes. So we have I do swing trade, but I don't make videos on it because there's very little, and it's more like long term. Like if I see something at value, I'll get in long, buy a couple of shares, and hold it long term on a different account. And Brian does. He's a more active swing trader than I am, and I only swing trade long. I don't swing trade like the way we actively trade. So, but yeah, but there are a couple of us that do that. All right, spy is doing some stuff. Thank you, Four Corners. Yeah, it's one of those things where if I'm wrong, it's okay. It's just made less money. But if you're right, you saved more money. So sometimes, saving money
Yeah.
It's a little bit better on the psychology, I think. For me, everybody's psychology is different, right? So, see, there it is. It's dropping, and we might have saved some cash here. See
Yeah,
how
we've
we
talked
do.
about that in the past. So
Yeah. And everybody's different. Like for example, like Thor will be up next at 11 after Andrew and Brian, and his strategy is don't partial. He doesn't partial. That's not his
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
but it's
all
his
in,
thing,
all out. Yeah,
right? But it's his thing. His psychology
yeah,
can deal very well with that. It's not my thing, right? And everybody's different, and this is where finding what you're good at is gonna be gold, man. The minute you're able to find that, oh, it's I don't want to say it becomes easy because trading is not easy, but it becomes more focused and more manageable, and you can improve a lot better,
right.
quicker once you find that, right? We're gonna help you do that. Join a BBT. We're gonna go through 29 strategies we have there. You'll find one that you could trade. You'll find one. It might take time. It might take longer than what you will like, but you'll find something that meets your personality. I do believe that. It's the timing that people don't usually have, right? They don't want to wait a certain amount of time to get there. All right, here we go. Things are collapsing. I'm gonna bail. Maybe not bail, but I should take some off. I mean, we're up
We
a little bit. I'm out, Peter. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. A little bit higher than break even. Peter's like way like no. Listen, I have a green day. If I could end this day green,
yeah.
I'm happy. Yeah, let's end
All
the
right.
green. This is just
Fair enough.
messy, messy,
Fair
messy.
enough. It is messy.
I
It
feel like
is
I've
messy.
been
Nothing's really running
working.
that
This
well.
feels like a 9 to 5, man. What's going on here? This is not the way this is supposed to feel. This market.
It is not the easiest of days. Yeah.
No, no, no. Do you have an email address we can send features requests to Trading Terminal Simulator? Yes, we do. It should be right on there, but if not, team can get you. I think it's. No, I don't want to misspeak here. So let me get you the right address. Let me do the right thing here. Get you the right address. Yes, I believe Andrew signed off, so he might be ready to be hopping
Hey
on here.
guys, how are you doing, guys?
Hey,
Morning, good
good.
morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are
Morning,
you?
Andrew.
Peter, how are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. I've stayed out of trouble, so that's good. I had one early trade on AEO when I got it short, but stopped out very quickly. Carlos just had a trade on Nvidia, but it's been a tough day, very choppy.
Very tough. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, it was really, really tough day for me. Let's stop Brian, because let's mute Brian. I had really a tough day. I'm in a big loss right now, thanks to Amazon, unfortunately, and my TQQ didn't get filled, so that's another misery.
Andrew, share your screen, Andrew. Here in,
I am.
in,
Give me one
okay.
second. There you go. Here it is.
Okay, it's coming up. Awesome.
So yeah, my day was not great. So I had a big loss on Amazon. I had a loss on TSLL. I had a win on AEO. I'm down 19,000, but I still have a position on Amazon. It's going to be another big loss. Unfortunately, I think today's somebody's fault. I think it was Jared's fault. Yeah, this Amazon it's setting off. I don't know. I might be a shareholder of Amazon. I don't want to sell.
Hey,
That's
never
how it
turn a day
starts.
trade into a swing trade.
You know what I'm thinking? I really like Jeff Bezos and Lawrence Sanchez. Like Lawrence Sanchez was really. Now I'm thinking I should contribute to their life.
I don't think they need money.
How are you trading? Great trading on NVIDIA. I saw that Carlos.
Yeah,
so it was very nice trading.
Thank you.
Sorry, let me stop this. Yeah, that's the breaking news on Benzinga on Trading Terminal. So great trading for you on NVIDIA. It was really nice. American Eagle was a little bit chaotic at the open. I did a 1 minute open range breakout, traded small, but eventually we did a really nice trade from 1765 to 1812, hoping to get to to break off half the day, but it was super like it was like Cowboys and Indians. Really, it was really very, very, very difficult to trade. Um, Amazon, as I mentioned, so I wanted to get a breakout. We had some really good news, it stopped out, and again another one, and I think I'm gonna get a stopped out. It's very close to. If he loses this one, it's gonna go all the way down. Especially that the market is strong. We discussed that. Market is going up, and Amazon with 3% gap up is going down, so that's not a good sign. So that's a reading. But Brian had a couple of really good trades. I think his best trade was SPX options right at 10:15. He went long
Yeah,
SPX calls, yes.
yeah, that was nice, nice bottom there. Just poked its head down into red a few times and then started to come back up the SPY. So yeah, nice reversal. Also caught AI, and it was a it was a trade like I call the Phoenix trade, which is a stock gapping down, but trading above the VWAP, not below it. So if it's below it, it's a rising devil. If it's above it, call it a Phoenix trade because it's rising from the from the red. So this is you don't see these very often, but this was a good example of that kind of a trade. Other than that, and then someone mentioned hymns in our chat room, and I took a quick long on that one too. So, and I had a few had lost money on Nvidia. Tried
Right.
to
So,
looked like it was going to break out at the open, but it quickly turned.
hmm. Yeah, so that's pretty much the situation here.
Yeah,
Um, Today was not a great day. Like even though we had to buy some manufacturing gain, it wasn't amazing. So days like this are very important, guys, to control your risk, share size, don't overtrade too much. Like I did a little bit of overtrading for sure. TSLL, I tried to catch a couple of reversals. Like it's really like it was a bit, overtrading for me on TSLL. So you dig yourself into big, these big uh, holes, and then it's very difficult to come out of it. So somebody's asking about the Thailand retreat. So we want to spend 1 week together, more or less than 1 week, 5 days. We trade together in the morning. I want it to be more like a really a mind reset, a body and mind connection. So alcohol won't be included. I don't want to drink actually in that week at all. But we're gonna have some really healthy food, chef, private chef. I mean, it's a very nice resort. And so we start our days with yoga and some energy, meditation together, and then we do some exclusion, and then we come back again. We do some group meditation. We have some personal massage and Reiki therapy as well included. And then we have a very nice healthy dinner. Of course, breakfast, healthy breakfast, and then healthy dinner. And then we do trade. I think 6 to 8 p.m. Is the trading time, and then after 8 p.m. again we can just relax and hang out, and it's a nice island, so we do that. The details of the plan exactly haven't planned it yet, but overall that's what the plan is. But mostly being around really nice community members, and you're not gonna get a webinar from Thor that from S3 to R3 reversals. It's not going to be the. Yeah, it's more like being part of a community, doing together. And we did Colombia, and we had a lot of traders coming from the North America and South America. This one is more on the Asia. So if anyone in the Asia can make the trip, that would be nice. For Australia, we have traders, New Zealand, Malaysia, Singapore. We have a lot of traders in that region as well. So it's easier for them to travel. It's a long flight. It's a very
yeah,
difficult flight from North America. Um,
yeah, we're going to have Eamon's going to be here. Eamon's going to be
and
on this bit.
amen. Yeah.
Yeah, amen. We actually will find out
Amen.
if he's a real person
I
or
have
not
met
just an
Amen.
AI
I met him
man.
before. It's really nice. Yeah, Amen is he's real.
Wow.
He's real. He's real as he can get. His wife is coming probably. My mom, she wants to
Awesome.
come, so you're gonna get to see my mom. Uh, so that would be
Yeah, and
nice.
actually, yeah, what time with the markets open at it's 6:30 at night, isn't it? In Thailand.
I think so. I think it's that in that time. So and
We have a
we
full
did
12 hours.
last year same time we did Colombia, and it was a little bit too much. Like we did in 1 week, we did 3 cities and a lot of restaurants, a lot of activity. It was really tiring. So this one is a little bit more, again, health oriented. So it's not like Colombia, go, go, go. It's Colombia. I gotta go, 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 go. It's just this one is more like the energy and stuff in there. And we have only 5 spots left because we don't want to share rooms. Everybody get their own private room, and um, so we don't have a lot of resources. I honestly don't want a big group of people either, because when you get to over 20 people, it gets a little bit takes energy more than you get energy from the group. Yeah, any BBT trader alive? Yeah, we're going. Like I go. Nathan is coming. I think Brian is coming. John Raff, I don't know if he's coming or not. Are you coming, John Raff? Yeah, Abiel is coming. Fatima is coming. Peter is not coming.
Carlos is going.
Carlos is coming. Carlos is so much fun to travel with.
And Paris, I think Paris is going.
Paris is coming, absolutely.
Yeah, Paris. Paris will be there.
Hmm. So we're gonna actually do one giveaway of Thailand trip today. So if any one of the people in the chat room you want to go to YouTube, sign up for Lambo and Garbage Truck to support our channel. It's only $4.99. Then you are in the draw for today. Because I want to do it soon, because we need you to book your flights. I don't want to do it too late.
Yeah,
And
makes sense.
and if you cannot make it for any reason, let us know so we can do another draw. And again, it's Thailand, guys. You have to fly to Bangkok. The flights are very long from North America. For me, it's like 21 hours. So I fly to Philippines to Manila by Philippine airline, and then from Philippines I go to another flight. So it's a long flight. But if you book it now, it's pretty cheap. Like business class for me was like $2,800 Canadian, which is really nice for such a long haul flight. It's a really good price. You can use your points and stuff. So, and the reason that we want this Lambo and garbage truck, again, it's really like YouTube takes 35% of that, and there's just a Starbucks coffee a month. But the YouTube algos really like the communities in the channels. So that's why Mr. Beast has so much followers. It's just because he's always giving back to the community, money, competition, prizes, and so that's the only way that your channel can organically grow, is that these algos love people who are engaging with their community. And Carlos is doing a great job. Even I was not involved in that, and one time I saw these are Lambo and garbage truck people signing up. So it's really nice. So by supporting our channel, a couple of 100 members, and for that we're doing recaps, and Ayman is doing some recaps. I do daily recap for members only and stuff. So to as the token of appreciation for supporting our community. And again, guys, Trading Terminal funded account is active. The top trader is up over $5,000 in just 1 week. So I'm super excited to have that person get a big check from us. And you can reset anytime that you want, because we are you guys are early adopters. So anytime that you blow up and you think, oh, damn, you can ask us, email us, reset, and then, continue doing that for another 3 months. The book map is ready, almost ready. By the end of September, we're going to have it launched, the first version, and then we're going to have the book map replay as well. So you can actually, when you do replay, you can actually see the level 2 back in time as well. So that would be
Yeah, that'll
really
be great.
nice.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, so if you sign up for Trading Terminal Premium, which is $59, which by the way goes up to $99 when we launch the order map or Atlas order map. But you will be grandfathered this $59 forever if you sign up now. Because then when we launch that one, because we get the NASDAQ total view data, we have to pay $20 per user per month to NASDAQ for the cost of the data redistribution. But anyone who signed up now is going to get grandfathered. If you cancel and then you sign up again, the price up would have to be the higher prices. What else do we have? Yeah, so Trading Terminal is good. I think Trading Terminal, my goal is to become the best online day trading browser-based platform. And I think we're there. We're really, really there. With the help and support of the community is amazing. Like you've been finding a lot of bugs, load testing it for us, and issues with the hotkeys and everything. We're all fixing it. The speed of loading the charts and everything has improved a lot. Today I tested, it was really nice. We also have a couple of new updates that we deploy soon. So for sending the request for features, Mike, what you can do is you can either email me or Mike at bearbletraders.com, or there is a button to give suggestions. You can type in, you can actually screenshot, and then you can load it, and we read it all, and then we answer that. So Trading Terminal would never allow you to trade real, and we would never go into that route, because if you want to really trade real money, connect this one to a broker, it's a bad idea. Like we already have DAS, Lamborghini of all trading platforms at such a good price, including all the data feed and everything. Why do you want to build a browser-based limited trading platform? You already have the Lamborghini at a very reasonable cost for you. But what we don't have with DAS is something that is cheaper for just blowing up all the time. So a funded account with DAS is $1,000. One trade, bad, gone, yeah, and then you already paid that for 3 months. But for Trading Terminal, a lot of stupid mistakes that we all do at the open. So, it's not that expensive. You can reset that, and that doesn't make sense. Yes, I wanted to have some sort of, accountability for you. That's why you have to pay the monthly fee. So if you don't pay the monthly fee, it's just another simulator. You have to have that accountability. So yeah, for Thailand, transportation is included. Trading summit, there won't be any trading summit this year anymore. So we just had one in Vancouver. We would be the retreats in Thailand, which would be trading included. And then the next year, we might do it in Toronto or somewhere on the Eastern time zone. I think we done it a couple of times in Vancouver, so it's enough. Travel is not included in that price. No, only the accommodation and transport from the airport is included. Yeah, your Barcelona would be amazing too.
Transport from which airport? From Bangkok or from Koh Samui?
No, from Koh Samui. All right, okay. So everybody who wanted to sign up for Lambo and Garbage Truck is there. Let's start with 5 ebook giveaway, Carlos. And then the last one, we do another one, BBT Elite membership. And then the last one would be 1 free Thailand retreat for members of Lambo and Garbage Truck. And if you cannot make it for any reason, let us know, so we do another draw for another person.
All right, here goes, friends. Here's the first 5 for the ebook. First winner is John. So congratulations, John. All right. Second for the ebook is Roy. Roy, congrats, man. Good to see you in chat always. Number 3 is going to be Ferrero Asha. Okay, congrats. All right. Number 4 is Mai. Says Hawaii. Nice, congrats. Yeah. And last, Gator Don, good buddy of ours. Congrats, man. Guys, send me an email. This is for the audiobook, and I will send you a link so you can download the audiobook today. All right, so we're going to reset this one because we want to now include Everyone. Let's see.
Guys, remember you have to like the video to be in the draw. Just the hashtag
right.
is not enough. Liking the video is also important.
Yep. So we are going to now do the annual membership, friends. So annual elite membership for Bareboot traders. I mean, this is a big one. So let's
Lambo and
hear
garbage
this.
truck.
Lambos and garbage truck members. Thomas Johnson. Congrats, Thomas. Awesome. Congrats. All right. And now we're going to do, gotta reset it here. We'll do it for Thailand. Oh man, this is exciting.
Thailand.
Here it is,
Wait,
Thailand.
anyone signing up? Last call.
Yeah,
Thailand
sign up.
One signing
So
up.
here it is.
Gary, are you
Alright,
coming
so-
to Thailand? Oh, Gary L is coming. I haven't met Gary. Yeah. Actually, I have met Gary before. Yeah.
All right, here we go, friends. This is for Lambos and garbage truck members only. So make sure to hit that hashtag BBT.
Like the video. Like the
video, and obviously you're subscribed already, but like the video. And we'll give it just a second here because we need. I know we have about 100, 120. Yeah. So
Come. Give it a second.
yep. Do it again, guys. Because the other ones I reset this one. So if you just do it again to make sure one time, and you're good to go. All right, here it is. Oh, wait for it to get back. We'll give it a minute. Let's see who's gonna win this trip. Me and my wife are gonna be there. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Nice.
Guys, you have to. Yeah. You're gonna have to get there to. You're gonna have to pay to get there. So.
Yeah, it's cheap though, man. From here, the cheapest ticket if you're in the East Coast is like $1,000. I was surprised how cheap it was from here, from New York. So,
going to Thailand.
Yeah,
it's good. Like the economies are really cheap. Like
it's
even
really
$600
cheap.
$600 Canadians you can go, especially now if you book it. But if you go business class, usually the prices are gonna go higher. And depending on the time of the day, when it's in the morning, I don't do business class. Like when you're flying like at 10 a.m., even if you have the bed, 10 hours, you're not going to sleep. So you watch your TV and then bring the food and you watch the next TV and then you take the nap and then you're gone. But the business class is usually good when it's the red eye flight.
Yeah.
So like usually in the mornings, I have no financial problem, but I'm not going to get a business class when the flight is like at 10 a.m.
I think most flights that direction leave in the afternoon, like around 2 or 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Spying queues are kind of breaking out here.
Yeah.
All right, friends.
All right, so go.
Looks like we're good.
So anyone? 134 people, members of Lambo and Garbage Truck.
Going twice, and so to Matt Props. Let's go.
Congratulations. So you're coming to Thailand with us. So Matt, email us. We'll put you in the name. If you cannot make it by any chance, which we totally understand. Sometimes date doesn't work. Sometimes, family obligation or anything. Let us know so we can do another draw for another person. Matt Props. Yeah, I can see you. Yeah, Matt. Yeah, congratulations. So yeah, again, I really appreciate it because you didn't pay anything. I really appreciate that. I have to pay for to the resort. If you cannot make it by any chance, we'll make it up to you somehow, maybe with a membership or boot camp, but let us know so we can give it to someone else so it won't be wasted. And anyone who sign up, guys, we have 5 spots, actually 4 spots now. Anyone wants to come to Thailand, sign up. I give you 1-year membership as well. It would be really nice. Look at the flights, talk to your family, convince your girlfriend, bring her girlfriend, bring your boyfriend, bring your spouse, partners. It would be nice. I'll bring my mom. Hope I'm not gonna be married by that time, but maybe I find a girlfriend, so I'll bring my girlfriend. And Brian, stay away from my mom, okay? You do not hit on my mom.
I'll try.
All right. So handing it over, guys. Let's see if my TQQ got hit or not. Nope, I'm very close to get to my TQQ. All right, guys, all the best, and see you tomorrow in the chat. Tonight also, we have a lot of mentorship sessions, guys. I think the chat room is the membership right now. Lenny is doing the mentorship right now for all the elite members in the webinar room. So Lenny is one of our best traders in P Capital Trading. He's been trading with us for over, I think, 7 years now. And so mentorship sessions opens. I'll see you guys there. Ciao, ciao.
Hey,
And I think
everybody.
is Lenny coming? Lenny's coming, isn't he, to Thailand?
Yes, yes, yes. Lenny is coming as well. Absolutely.
Right. Right on. All right. See you guys
All
later.
right, what's up, everybody? Hey, Brian, good to see you, man. Nice seeing you trade and all of
Hey,
that stuff.
hey there. Yeah.
So,
Thor,
so
rock
someone was
on, man.
asking in the chat room, Brian, how is Andrew still single? Like how does this guy not like have a girlfriend going there? But I was kind of thinking on this. At where Andrew's at right now, I bet it's kind of hard to do. You know what I mean? Because at his wealth level and his social popularity, you have to kind of worry, like, it's got to be difficult, right? Because you're not, it's like you're not just meeting this person. You know what I mean? It's like there's like always the context behind it that you have to weed through. I bet that makes it very difficult to kind of, to do that. I'm just talking
Oh,
about having like a steady girlfriend there. I know Andrew, by the way, has been going through a divorce for like 20 years now. So,
20
at
years.
some
Yeah.
point, I'm just kidding. It feels like it though, man, this guy. But, I just mean
No,
like in general,
it's getting
I
there.
mean, he's obviously super attractive guy, successful. He looks freaking badass with the freaking sleeve going. I mean, this guy is like
And
amazing, but it's got to be hard.
I think he's probably having a little bit too much fun being single. So I think that's part of the problem. Plus, he seems to have very high expectations. So there you go.
As he should,
Anyway,
right? As he should.
as he should.
Um,
Yeah,
he's a he's a
you
he's
never
a he's
know.
a top level dude. He should expect the in kind.
Yeah, well, he came back from Burning Man, said he met the love of his life. So there you go. You never know.
Mm.
Maybe,
And
maybe it'll be
assumingly was
another
not
Burning Man
put up in
marriage story.
flames. So
No. All right. We'll talk to you later. Cheers.
brilliant. Well, man, I always, one thing I was actually, hey, everybody out there in YouTube, thanks for coming by, likes, shares, all that stuff. You know how we do. But it's one thing. I was actually talking with some of my mentees this morning, and we were talking about Andrew's mental resilience. And I think if there, one thing that I realized about Andrew's trading and how good it is and the way he does it is it's really, I think it's his mental resolve. That is his main edge. And then I thought about like, how did he develop this mental resolve? And then I realized maybe this is what Everest is. Maybe this is when he does these trail runs and he's doing all these extreme events that he does. I mean, you got to think, what is he doing? He's training his mental resilience, his ability to encounter adversity and push against it, which I think is a very, very key feature to have as a day trader. Stacy, welcome to Lambos and Garbage Trucks. Good to see you in here. Keep on whenever Andrew does his draws and whenever we offer free mentoring sessions and stuff like that, you're gonna have priority. So love it. But yeah, we were just kind of talking about that in my mentoring session. Like it's like this mental resolve that he has, and I think if you're going to be a successful day trader, I think that is something that you're going to have to keep in mind, right? We talked a little bit a couple sessions ago and a little bit with Dr. V yesterday on our attachment styles with the market, right? And why are we going to the market? Are we going to the market because we want to fulfill some kind of need, right? We need to be rich. We need to get a new job. We need to make money. We need to do this. We need to do that. So do we have a very attached relationship? Do we have maybe a bit of a, maybe something a bit different? Maybe we're a little bit more avoidant, right? Maybe you're having trouble actually taking trades, right? Or when you're in trades, you can't hold them. Right. Or are you secure? And I think what Andrew does is he's trained that he has a very secure relationship with the market, especially when he's day trading. His ability to isolate how he wants to trade and perform, the mental resilience is incredible. So just kind of keep that in mind as you're learning to be a day trader. I don't think it's actually your technique, although it will help. Premium, discount, fair value, all these different concepts, certainly they help, but it will inevitably be your mental resilience that will get you through. So today is Thursday, or as we like to call it, Thorsday. We call it Thorsday because Thursday was literally named after me. Thur in Thursday means Thor. So I bet you didn't know that because technically it was named before I was born. It was advanced, right? They just knew I was coming, so they went ahead and named the day for me. So Thor's Day is all about the mentoring, right? And it's all about you, all about what you want, questions you have, AMA kind of style. So as we start to kind of rock through, any questions that you have, feel free to throw them in there and I'll hit them. For me, trading wise today, because I didn't cover that, I tried two shorts on RTY today. From R3 on a lower range, and I ended up stopping out of RTY at. I actually stopped out at break even ahead of a news, and then we came down and we came back up, and then I went ahead and went out at break even again, because it just wasn't performing for me and I wasn't having a good enough entry on it. I actually had one of my mentees, who's in here right now, in the YouTube, Syed, my friend, took a beautiful trade, actually executed it with the precision I wish I had executed it with. And it really, he ended up hitting a full beautiful target on it. And it just shows you, like, even like, I've been doing this for a really long time. There's even times where my mentees actually execute the trade a little bit better than I do. And guess what that does for me? It makes my heart full, right? Knowing that my mentees are able to actually detach from me enough to actually make these decisions on their own in the correct locations. I know I'm doing the right thing by them. So I do have a short going now on ES, because we are in a higher range and we got to R4. So I have tried a short there. So and you can see here I got my SPY chart up here. So you can kind of see we are on a narrow range. So this is not an ideal location for this short. Generically on narrow ranges, I often look for potential breakouts. But because we've been struggling and distributing, and I still feel like overall volume has us going south, I kind of decided to take a short on this one, but we'll see how it goes. I've had an incredible couple of days of trading already. So all I'm really looking forward to do on today is not get overly committed because the market just isn't really going anywhere. And the one issue we could have is if the market just doesn't pick a direction today, which it may not, right? It may just chop around, go from here down to the open price and then back up to here and then back down. We may not get very much of a move today. And if we don't, the one thing we don't want to do is overcommit to the market, right? Any of y'all in here surf, right? Any of y'all, any of you ever, any of you ever do surfing? Let me show you my entry real quick. So I'm in here, and my stop is up inside of the stop box. I wish I had gotten it a little higher, but I would have had to risk more money to do it. So I'm gonna let that cook though. I'll just watch SPY. Um, Jose, yes, the best sport. I really like surfing myself as well. I used to surf quite a bit in high school. Um, how good is surfing if there are no waves, and or how good is surfing if there are too many waves, where, like, say, rough water, for instance? How would you feel about getting on a board in either of those conditions, Jose? Nice, Sergey. I'm gonna go to someone who knows surfing here for this question. So that's why I'm going out to Jose. I'll give him a second. So raw fit's getting me here. I think Jose will get me too, right? Both of those conditions are not ideal for surfing. So yeah, there are no waves is horrible, right? So Jose, no matter how good of a professional surfer you are or you want to be, if there are no waves, you can't surf, right? If the waters are choppy and too rough, you can't surf, right? You can only really, one of the best things that a surfer does when they get to the beach is they actually walk up and down the beach, What are you looking for when you're walking up and down the beach? One, you're gauging conditions, right? Do we have appropriate swell, right, in order for us to get in the water? Like, I'm not even wet yet, right? Now let's say there are appropriate conditions. What are you going to look for next? Rip, right? You're going to look for areas of rip current. Why? Because you can swim out a lot faster in a rip current, right? So you won't get tired. So you're going to find a location where you have good waves coming in with a nearby rip, right? That way you can surf in and rip out, and then surf in and then rip out, right? You now have the perfect conditions, right, in order to take some trades, right, or to get on a board, to pop up, right? So in stock trading, one of the areas where you all and myself, everybody will lose the most money is when you're trying to surf during unideal conditions, right? The waves are too choppy or there are no waves, right? So we're either stuck at low volume and no movement, or we have lots of volume but no direction. Either of these conditions create a virtual impossibility for proper risk management, right? Because with the lower volume, any large institutional grab can come in and manipulate the book. On high volume, the candles are moving too far and too fast in order for you to properly gauge your positioning. Don't get in the water, right? You don't get in the water. So this is what I'm talking about today, right? So I've tried a couple of shorts on RTY. Neither of those worked. I ended up flat, right? And then after that, right, I'm now trying a shot on the ES. It is a narrow, higher range. If we break out from here, I'm not going to take any more trades, right? I'll just go ahead and call this. I'll take it'll be about, be an R loss. I'm already, with it being Thursday, I'm already up like 30 R on the week or something like that, right? So there's just no need for me to overcommit to the market today on a choppy day. And so there was actually, let me see if I can find it. There was a post. Let me pull it up on. Shoot, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I want to see if you guys have the same opinion of this post as I do. That little wick right there almost took me out. Password changed. Hold on. All right. Security code 49881. I have to have dual authentication on all of my. Hey, what's up, Tim? I have to have dual notifications, and dual verification on all of my stuff because my accounts get people try and hack my accounts constantly. It's kind of ridiculous. All right, let's see here. Look here, search. Edge full. Oh, no, I don't see it. Hold on a second. Where was it at? It was definitely on here. Dang. Oh, no, no, no. It wasn't on Edgeful. It was on Trade Zealous. Now I know why. Thoughts on PLTR hitting S3? Yeah, absolutely. That would be the target. You're in an R3 short right now, which is a gorgeous R3 or offering, for the record. Look at this beautiful movement into R3. It's sold, it reoffered, sell, reoffered, sold. I mean, this is giving you all the goods. Right now, this is definitely a clean sell. This is a very weak reoffer to the VWAP. So I would definitely expect continued downward movement here. Okay, I meant trade. Zella. All right, hold on. There it is. Aha. I don't know if you'll be able to see it properly through this, right? But this is a meme that TradeZella post, and it said, "Tell me something more beautiful than this. I'll wait." And of course, I replied because I don't think this is beautiful at all. I think this is ugly. And why do I think it's ugly? I get that they made money. I'm not trying to argue that. But the one day they didn't make money, they took 10 trades that day. Every day they made money, they took one trade, or three trades, or one trade. So basically, this person every day trades until they hit, right? But any day that they're having adversity, which they only encountered one day this month, they burned out a fairly decent amount of profit there over the course of 10 trades. Now, luckily, the rest of their 10K, 5K, 1K, that's great. I can't quite understand how you can have 10 trades that only lose 12, but they must have had some winners in there at the end, and they probably stopped trading right after they finally hit a winner or two that got them back. I'm out of the ES position. So you know what I'm saying? Like we you can see kind of like, they probably just kept trading until they finally hit. So, but if you get a day, a month, now next month, let's say the market goes into a different cycle for this trader and their strategy doesn't work as well as it did the previous month, they are going to destroy their account the next month. Right? Because they're just going to keep trading and 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 trading. And then all of a sudden they're going to have 20 trades on the books, right? Every single day for a month. You know what I mean? So although they're kind of eliciting this as being beautiful, I actually think this, if one of my mentees returned this to me, I would give them a phone call and we would have a hard talk. Right? Because that 10 trades in the red is completely out of control. You know what I mean? It's just completely out of control. So, this to me looks like somebody that's kind of getting lucky, and eventually the market's going to catch up with them very quickly. So on the PLTR, look at this, look at you go there. Fair call on PLTR there for the continuation. See what I mean by that? By the reoffering there at VWAP on the low volume kind of gave us the idea that we'd likely advance downwards. So for y'all, when I do this, I actually run your chat on my cell phone, so it's easier because right now I'm traveling a bit. Let's see. Let me hit this one for JP in Atlanta. Good to see you. Welcome to Garbage Trucks and Lambos. Camaria pivot setup is available for public use as long as you have TradingView. All you have to do is go to my Instagram at ThorYoungBBT, and there's a link in my profile that will take it to you. It is public, so you can just type in Camaria pivot plays by BruzzX, and you should be able to find them. But if you can't, right? Go there and you'll find it. Bushan, same answer. On my Instagram, there is a link there to my private mentoring. So my sign up page. And it has my pricing and like what I offer and everything right there. So you can pop right over to the IG and get linked in there and then set it up. All right, so back to Pretty Bird. Thor, regarding wide and narrow range, is it just how spread out the cam levels are, or do you have a specific levels defined? So in this instance, what we were talking about is there's two different ways. Oh, there was an ATR. Andrew has already been on for the day, arm day. He was on all the way till 11 o'clock. I take over from Andrew from 11 to 12, and then we close the show. So we have so the schedule for tomorrow, arm day, which arm day is good, but don't forget, never skip leg day. If our schedule is starting at 8:30, we have pre-market prep through about 9:15 to 9:20, and then around 9:20 we roll into the live trading segment where Andrew and Brian Pesum, the Prophet of Profit, come on and go their watch lists, and then begin the live trading segment, right? And then and then that will trade all the way up until 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, I take over. I have a daily segment here from 11 to 12 AMA, along with special guests and such, right? No, this is Eastern market time. And then I'm 11 to 12, and then the channel closes at 12. We do have a closing segment that will run from time to time, where they'll come in at like 3 o'clock and like run out through the close. But I don't know if that's active right now or not. But yeah, so most of our stuff basically rolls out at 12 once I'm done. So let's see. Do you use TradeZella? Does it show your pivots? Yes, I use TradeZella. No, it does not show my pivots, unfortunately. But I want them to. With this volume breakout on ES, would you think of a long breakout? Potentially. Yeah, and it's a narrow range. So there is a potential that we run our ATR high on ES. So let's look at I'll use SPY. So like if you notice right now, our ATR high is way up here still. So someone asked about calculating ATR. So ATR is the average trading range, or the average true range. Sorry, it's the average true range or the average trading range. This is not to be confused with ADR, which is your average daily range. There's a big difference in those two, and ADR is not very relevant. It does work, but it's ATR is what we want to be the most concerned with. So your average trading range or your average true range, right? 64.75 on SPX. Okay, thank you. So yeah, like right about here. How you calculate it, there actually is an industry standard methodology for this calculation, right? And so what you do is it's going to be a 14-day look back, right? So today you look back 14 days and you're going to take your session high to your session low. Session high to session low, not daily high to daily low, your session high to your session low. So if pre-market high is the highest price of the entire session, so that's pre-market, post-market, and regular trading hours, right? Then that will be your high, right? If your pre-market low is the lowest, right? Now, if your RTH high is the highest, that's the high, right? So you have to use your session high, right, down to your session low, and you average that across 14 days, right? So I use this indicator that BruzzX put together for me. It is an amazing indicator, and it is called the adaptive ATR limits. It's free to use. Just go ahead and put it on there, and it automatically, the settings that I utilize are the basic calculation method, and I add the pre-market. So if we sell back to R4 here and reoffer it, I may consider actually buying it, depending on how the market looks. Yeah, Virgilio, I love it when I'm ahead. So that'll help you a ton, right? Man, that PLTR is a rock. Good job on PLTR, everyone who got short. It was a lovely call today. I'm traveling, so I don't have my equity set up on right now. So Sean V, not yet, but yes. So Andrew and I have already had conversations, and we are already currently working on the integrations. We are already currently working on the integrations to bring my system into Trading Terminal. So it is certainly on the agenda. That's where we would like to offer it through. Also, we're working on a new visual order book for everyone. So Nathan specifically, myself, and Andrew and his team, we are basically building our own book map, right? So keep an eye out for that because right now, current visual order books are incredibly expensive. So what we're trying to do is create, one of our own that has the necessary features in it that you all need. Nathan, especially, and I have been using Bookmap for years. There's a whole lot of fluff in there that you really just don't need. It doesn't work or help. You know what I mean? So we're really trying to put together a version that just has what you need configured for so that you can see it and do it. And we're gonna. I believe the concept is to offer it more around like a $50 a month price point, somewhere in there for the data and stuff like that, which obviously would be a significant discount over something like a book map that can range between 300 to like 600 or something dollars depending on which add-ons you have, right? We are working, Sean, for sure, to get the system integrated. Did he say 80 a month for Atlas? So maybe 80. Bookmap, I mean, either way, it's going to be, you know, 75% or 80% less costly than Bookmap. So what Andrew is going to find is that it's there, the data is just massively expensive. So he's probably, as he's going through and adding stuff in, he's probably finding little things in there that, as we do these add-ons, there's just stuff we got to have. So, but yeah, I mean, I'd like to hopefully we can keep it as low as possible because, again, Bookmap, way expensive. But yeah, still better, Max, still better. But I agree. Spy and ES is now coming back in to reoffer R4. So we can keep an eye on this thing. The only thing I don't, well, actually, we did have three really strong buy candles as we went up. And then as we're selling back down, it is kind of weak. So yeah, that's what I heard also, Tim. I think if you get in once they sign up, I think if you're early, if you sign in fast, you'll get a better rate, and I think he locks you in at it. So it's like a price lock guarantee kind of situation. But yeah, we'll work on getting it done. So but I'll keep you all posted. Like I don't even have a dev version to play around with, so I'll keep you posted as we get to it. I'm looking very much forward to it though. I'm like, where's my dev version already, man? I'm ready. The thing I'm excited about too, though, the big difference to me as well, though, is I'm pretty sure it's going to be web based. So you'll be able to actually like load this into your, like if you wanted to use it on like an iPad, for instance, you know what I mean? You could actually launch a web browser and then load it. So that would be amazing. Oh, look, we just started buying right off of the floor. I'm not taking any more positions today, so I'm not going to take it. I'm just going to hang out with y'all and then call it a day. But yeah, oh, thank you, Nathan. Hey, buddy, good to see you. So yeah, it's going to be web based. So that'll be great for like Mac users and Apple users and stuff like that. Or you could even maybe launch it on your cell phone, and actually be able to scroll through the book and look at while it's on your cell phone, and then flip over and hit a trade off your phone. So should be pretty cool. John, we are working for futures in TT. That's already a thing that's already on the agenda as well. We also are going to work on getting futures into the funded accounts at some point in the future. Pun intended. So that's what I'd like to see. Absolutely, Brashan. Bashan. So Bashan was asking the elite membership evening. So every Thursday night we have a little BBT after dark. It's 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern every single week. Kind of ironic, actually. So I was talking with a friend about like um, trading and mentoring and why I had gotten to the point where I had so much I guess information in stock trading. Like where did I get, and how can I respond to questions and how do I know all this and keep it straight? And then I told this person, I was like, think about this. I'm like, I've been doing Thursday night mentorings. I think I've only missed 3 of them, maybe 4 of them in my like whole like history of doing them. And I've been doing them for, I want to say 5 years now, right? 4 years, 5 years, something like that. I'll have to look, see when Thursday mentorings actually started. So let's say I average 50 a year, right? That's a lot of AMA sessions. I mean, you're a couple hundred AMA sessions. Just Thursday nights, just rapid fire answering questions. Now let's add on my 11 o'clock sessions, 11 to 12, and for all that time, 1 to 2 or 11 to 12 for all those same years, right now on YouTube, right? So every single day for the past 4 or 5 years, I've probably had at least 1, if not 2 hour-long AMA sessions, right? So think about that. I've had maybe the better part of 1,000, if not more, AMA sessions. So you start to really think like, wow, like I hope I can answer some of these questions at this point, right? And what's crazy is I still find new information. It's just amazing. The market is so much fun. It's such a gift to be able to do what we do. You know what I mean? That's a lot of AMA sessions. Now, that doesn't even include my webinars, Tim. I do 1 webinar a month for Peak. I do 1 webinar a month for Bear Bull Traders, right? And then on top of that, I also do some for other places, right? I've done Bookmap presentations for Bookmap. I've done, I've presented for other communities as well. I've presented with Peter Tuckman on some of his investor ones. I mean, it's a lot of presentations in AMA. And a reminder, actually, for anyone who is not aware, speaking of a presentation, I am doing something in about a month from now, something I've never done before, but it has been a bucket list item for me, and I'm very excited about it. And that is the Money Show. I feel like I should say it this way. I'm finally going to be presenting on the Money Show. And I'm really excited about it. So this is going to be mid-October. All right. There is a link to it on my Instagram as well. So if you want to go and check my Instagram, that'll give you all the dates and all the information and stuff like that. So I'm actually going to be doing a new presentation that I've never done before, and it is going to be called How I Became a Complete Day Trader. So obviously mirroring my a complete day trading. Gotta have it to show it. Need the prop. Right, mirrored off of my lovely book, A Complete Day Trading System. Right, the subject is of the presentation is how to become a complete day trader. Right, so so I'm going to talk a little bit about my whole spiel. Oh yeah, thank you. Pretty Bird, I did. Oh my God. So for the record, I do have this little thing they call ADHD. And I just kept on rocking. So thank you for reminding me. Anyone in the room, if I ever start your topic and then move on, do what Pretty Bird just did and bring me back home. Okay. Sometimes every now and again I just get going. So thank you. I appreciate it. So wide versus narrow. I'm going to talk to you about the concepts and then I'll talk to you about the calculation. So when we're talking about wide versus narrow, we're really looking at the CPR, right? The CPR is R2 to S2, right? So the central pivot being in the middle, and then you have a little R2 to S2 range, right? If those two, so you do what's called a 2-day pivot relationship, or basically you compare today's cams to yesterday's cams, right? Now, when you're looking at yesterday's cams, if yesterday's cams are wider than today's cams, then you are in a narrow range, right? If today's cams are wider than yesterday's, right, you are in a wide range, right? Wide ranges we call inside days. Narrow ranges like ES right now, we call outside days, right? On narrow ranges, we expect to find value on the edges, where on inside ranges, we plan on finding value near the CP, right, or the central pivot. So now, if you're sometimes the pivot relationship can be similar, right, which we will call out every now and again. We will say it's similar, and that means the pivot relationship is really too close to make a proper determination on if it's a wider and narrow day conceptually, right? So then on this instance, what we will do is we default to the ATR, right? That average trading range we were talking about. On wide days, the ATR will be very close to the fours, right? Or within skew. The measured distance of the ATR will be similar to the measured distance of the fours, right? So where on a narrow day, the ATR will greatly exceed the measured distance of the fours, right? So if it's a little ambiguous and you can't quite tell the difference, that's the other way to do it, is to take a peek at the ATR and actually compare the current cams to the current ATR. And if the ATR is near the fours, then you're going to play it into value. And did that hit it, Pretty Bird? Do you feel like that was a sufficient enough answer on that one? Thank you. Awesome. Just like you could just scooch out. Like if you just grab, you could use like a 15-minute chart. You know, like if you went here and went to like, there goes the ES buying. Interesting. I should have bought it. Oh well. So like you can use a 15-minute chart like this, right? So yesterday this is R4 and this is R3. Today R3 is here and R4 is here. So it's a higher range and you can tell it's more narrow. Look at the distance between R4 and R3 is much wider yesterday than it was today. Right, so this reads as a narrow, higher range. So that's why our possible plays are HB and HF. So if you're not familiar with the breakdowns, I highly recommend using the pivot cheat sheet, which is this guy right here. If you don't have a copy of it, you can go to the indicators page, and there is a copy of it there, or you can screenshot it right off of here if you want. So the H and the L correspond with the range and the play. So this is calling HB and HF. So HB would be the breakout, F would be the R6 reversal, right? So that would be looking for it to come all the way to R6, and if it gets to R6, it could maybe reverse that, right? But right now it's lining up with this play here. We opened in the mid range and we trended out above R4, and now we're going to look to potentially buy R4 for the breakout. And that'll continue running to ATR high will be the target. Now, I don't worry about that as much, right? Because I have this indicator, right? So I don't need to do all of this. Is why I put so much effort into helping with this. And, and then Bruz obviously put in significantly more effort on actually coding it in. But so you can see here, like, I already know it's a higher and a narrow range because the software is doing all of that for me. The thoughts on it opening on like Amazon opening above ATR high, I hate it. Having it open that high insinuates some inherent strength. But having ATR high already met means you're probably not going to get really great price action. probably get a really big dump like right at the beginning. I haven't looked at Amazon yet. You'd probably get like a really big dump right off of ATR high and then a grab and squeeze or something, and it would just be really obnoxious. Apple is no longer along right now. So Apple, so look at, help me out here. Look at Apple's volume profile down here. Right? Can I on this volume profile you're seeing right here? Let me ask you a question. What color are all the big candles? -1. I'll just leave it out there for a second. What color? Help me out here, people. What color are all the biggest candles? -1. They're red, right? This is this is not a buy, right? It could go long. It's not a buy. Like there's some. It would be a pure gamble to go long on here, right? This stock is every time that, and then now let's go find this big candle. Now the one green candle we have that's big. Let's go find it. Look what kind of a candle it is. It was completely absorbed. So you have all large selling that moves the price. And anytime you have a big green candle, the price goes nowhere. Or in this instance, we had a big green candle, but the price was lower than it should have been. Right? So anytime we try and go up, we absorb the movement. Anytime we go down, we sell like crazy with volume. Right? This thing is selling. So for those of you who don't use VPA, I am going to be doing a VPA presentation. I either next week or the week after, I forget because I'm just not in my head. So I have a VPA presentation that I'm going to be doing. All right. Specifically on volume and price analysis. Right. So this is one of those ones I highly recommend that y'all come by. You would be amazed, right, at how much easier it is to hit profit targets when you pick the right direction. I accidentally just closed my YouTube. Hold on. There we go. Got it back. There we go. Do you have both TradingView and DOS open at the same time? The VPA presentation will be inside of Bear Bull Traders. It'll be Tuesday night during the technology webinar. We do a technology webinar in BBT every Tuesday night. But yes, I don't right now because I'm on my travel setup. But when I am, but I do have that happen when I'm trading like at home and I want to execute through DOS. I will. Now, I can execute IBKR through TradingView. But I find TradingView still a little clunky for me on risk management with equities. When I trade futures, I trade full size. So when I risk $200 or $300, it's a fairly static distance, like 10 points to 15 points or something, right? It's very easy to calculate and keep up with the bracketing. But like for instance, like for 250 risk on PLTR, for instance, that would be way more complicated for me to like put together and actually like figure that out. So we're re-offering on Apple again. Sure. I'll look at anything you want, Toby. Yeah, I love DOS's hotkeys continue to be gangster. Um, so DAS, I keep calling it DOS. I don't know why. I think so. For the record, I think when I thought it was like German or something. You know what I mean? So I was like they kept saying like DOS trader. You know what I mean? I was thinking it was like German, like the trader. You know, our trader DOS. You know, I was just like, all right, this is cool. It's aggressive. I like it. You know, it's DAS. Direct access software. It's DAS trader, not DOS trader. Ah. Right? I thought it was DOS, right? Thank you, and NT. Thank you so much for supporting me on this. Like, I really sometimes feel like I was the only idiot who thought it was that, but apparently maybe I am. Maybe we're just idiots together, you know? Much love. But yeah, I just always thought it was. But DAS has such an inherent um, advantage to the software, but it's not like DAS for me is like the difference between like an Indy 500 car and a limousine. You know what I mean? Like if you want to get somewhere and you want to get somewhere fast and you want the best available way to get there, DAS, right? But if you want to really sit around and like analyze the market, put together some long ideas, some swing stuff, or some other things like that, you know, there's some options. You know what I mean? Now, but DAS for execution, especially because I don't know if all of you know this, I'm sure many of you do. So DAS is called direct access software because you have a different relationship with DAS than you do with most of your other platforms. When you have your other platforms, what happens is they execute through your broker, right? So you log in. When you log in, their software is that. And so when you go to fire an order, there's a little bit of a delay there, right? Man, I look at that re-offer, by the way. I'm so sorry, just ADHD here for a second. Or sorry, I meant to pull up ES. Look at how beautiful that R4 re-offer was right there. Almost to the tick. Actually, on full size ES, it was to the tick. Right? I mean, just beautiful. So yeah, so not everyone knows like what makes direct access software so powerful, right? Not because you don't have like maybe all of the bells and whistles, right? But it's very, very powerful, right? Oh, does it, Graham? I just saw that. Ha! That's awesome. Like it's not. Karen from DAS says it DAS. So anyway, we went to Instagram as Thor Young BBT. So oh, my ADHD just kicked in. Does it negate the benefits that I'm using DAS with Schwab? No, no, not at all. Actually, Andrew, it shouldn't at least. So what's going on with direct access software is instead of you firing an order and having that order like go through your broker. So right now, when you hit a button, it goes to your broker, and then your broker relays that order into a specialist. And then that specialist is responsible for transacting it, right? They either fill it themselves or they go to the DOM and get you your request, right? So when you're using direct access software, one of the things that makes DAS so fun is you sign contracts and agreements that allows DAS to basically execute on your behalf, right? So when you hit the button, DAS automatically just does the trade. It automatically hits the server with your request because it already knows what your account balances are. So, but it doesn't go to your broker and then let your broker fire the order. It fires the order as basically a substitute broker, right? And then it gets settled. Back when I first started, that settlement process was not clean. You would actually find that you would as you were taking trades, you could log into your Interactive Brokers account and your accounts would not be synced. Now they've done some advancement on it. So now they're actually handshaking back and forth as they do it so you can go into your IBKR and actually see when you're going in and out of trades on DAS. But DAS isn't actually going through IBKR in order to do it. They're actually firing directly into the specialist. Guess which specialist DAS uses? Citadel, right? DAS uses Citadel. Citadel is the single largest retail specialist there is. They do an insane amount of the total retail traffic, right? Man, I wish I'd have bought that break. I'd at least be in a position right now. Let's see. How do I get the free membership when signing up for Thailand trip? Lewis, no idea. I'm so sorry. If you would come by like maybe during one of Andrew's segments maybe and ask him. They change the rules on this thing so often on how they're doing that stuff. I'm just not in the loop enough to be able to comment. So I would send an email either to info@bearabletraders.com, or just wait for one of Andrew's sessions like tomorrow, from what is he from 9:30 through 11 o'clock, anywhere in there you could ask him, and he knows all the programs and promotions. Obviously he created them, so he knows them really well. Nice, Rofin. I'm so glad to hear that. How do Ted Bay? I didn't forget about you. I just ADHD'd the past you. You had asked about the ghost candles. So, oh, hold on. Fed nominee Marine Q&A. Fed mistakes during Nixon administration helped generate stagflation. Okay. Is that important to anybody? Whatever. Doesn't seem important. Ghost candles. All right, hold on. Let me get my volume up. So if you go to indicators, ghost TGC, which is Thor's ghost candles. So there really isn't anything to set up, right? So if you just go into TradingView and you download them or add them in, you put them into your bottom one and they take care of the rest. I purposely made them so that you wouldn't have to adjust them. I do this with all of my indicators. A lot of people create indicators and then they leave a lot of settings in there for people to mess around with. I don't really like doing that because then you're going to ask me for my settings and I'm going to have to spend all day like telling you how to do it, right? So my ghost candles have their own default, right? You can change like the style and some visibility items and stuff like that, right? But mine is what mine is, right? So you can, once you download them, you don't have to do any configurations. They just work, which is a lot of fun. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the ghost candle, or what the ghost candle does, is basically it is taking volume and price analysis and it is sticking it inside of the candle. Where so if your candle is more hollow, right, then that means the more hollow the candle is, the lighter the volume. So for instance, this was a really genuine sell candle, right? Ton of volume, very thick candle. Now this doesn't mean we sell, but I mean, I thought it was good enough. I went short here, and they don't always work. You know what I mean? The disadvantage in hindsight, or sorry, I didn't. Yeah, I shorted this when I stopped. I was going to re-long, but the disadvantage to this one was the narrow range, right? So not totally shocked that we're overshooting a little bit. I also don't like us for a long here, technically. Just for me, I just don't. I'm not feeling it, but I do like that we swept the CP and then went up for it. I mean, it's pretty, but I don't know. My perma bear has trouble. Ghost candles, you have to go to my that was not directed at anybody, bros. I promise. My Instagram. If you go to my Instagram, the ghost candles are private. Those are not publicly searchable. Unfortunately, we tried to publish them publicly and we kept getting, when you publish through it kept bumping us and they would keep closing us down for some reason, and I don't know why. So we ended up just publishing them. So my Instagram @ThorYoungBBT. Everybody, it is noon, which means I gotta run. So I hope everybody had a great session today. It was fun coming by and hanging out and talk with you. Congratulations to all of our drawing winners from earlier today and all of that. If anyone has any questions, come on home tomorrow. We'll hang out with you 11 to 12. My buddy Nathan will probably be popping in with me tomorrow. So maybe we'll talk a little spot, a little book. I know you guys had a really fun time with him on Tuesday as he covered a lot of those things. So I hope everyone has a great rest of your trading day. I'll see you tomorrow. And as always, keep it green. Much love.